Oh, wow. See, sorry. I'm getting notified that this guy's streaming. That's kind of weird because I never get I barely get notifications anymore. Because Twitter really sucks. Hi, Kryptonite. Nice to see you. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for stopping. I appreciate it. I hope you're feeling somewhat better today. Yeah, I went out, what was it, yesterday? I went out yesterday morning, and the house was cold as hell. And I checked, the furnace was running. The house thermostat's at 76, which is usually warmer than I keep it. But the house felt physically colder. And I knew that something had significantly changed outside. So I went to the store early yesterday morning, and it was, what did I tell you, 28 degrees. And one of the first times I've been able to actually see my breath in walking out there. Nah, I'm sorry. Like I said, I hope you feel better. I know sinus issues can be... You can come up until I put the keyboard on my lap. Come on. Come on, I'm going to bullshit for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to put you down. Come on. Come on. Yes, you see my Sinatra shirt? Always throwing out support for my guys. Sinatra, Alex, everybody like that. I even have I bought Jade. I bought a cup from Jade. In fact, I'm still... No, I think I canceled my Patreon. But I did buy some of her merch. Hi, Lauren. Thanks for coming. Nice to see you. This is going to be a chill stream. I'm just going to BS a little bit. I have a couple announcements. Just let people know what's going on. I have things going on at work, so you may hear some annoyances. And trust me, they are annoying the hell out of me today. I was up very, very late last night on a serious problem on a huge project I've been working on. I'm being pushed to push this project to general release, and I can't because there's a problem. And unless I physically touch things, things don't go automatically like they're supposed to. So it's not working. So I worked, probably till 11:30 last night doing an upgrade. That's why I shut off everything, didn't look at Twitter, didn't look at shit, and I focused on this. I didn't want to. I was going to do it today, but I knew I was going to stream. I didn't want that kind of interfering, so I did it last night. And I thought I had everything back together the way it should have been. So everything was upgraded. Everything looked like it was running. I bounced all the devices, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm not going to get too technical with you. Suffice it to say, I sent out an email last night to some of our testers who, one of them actually got back to me about 5:16, about a quarter after 5 this morning, and said that he ran his test and it still failed. So I spent basically 8 hours upgrading something that I really didn't want to do because this is a vendor-supported appliance, not a me-supported appliance. But they didn't want to do the work because, oh, no, that's outside of the company. Fuck you. You know how much money we pay for support for this shit? So we had a couple rounds of testing today, and oh, man, I'll tell you. I'm just tired. So anyway, I really wanted to get back to streaming because this is my major distraction. I have 2 distractions. This is one of them. The other one shall remain nameless. But anyway, so that's how today's been going. Why are we on this channel? Well, that's actually a really good question. You might be asking yourself. We did a react to Jackie Gleason. I think it was last weekend, and I did some research specifically for episodes that were technically in the public domain. And I found an archive site that had all these episodes. Unfortunately, I believe this archive site probably pays some sort of annual royalty fee to the Jackie Gleason Foundation, who actually owns all the content. So the family actually owns it. Whoever holds the title, all that stuff. The Jackie Gleason Enterprises, I think is the name of it. They hold the copyright. So they decided to appropriately strike the channel. And I got noticed the next day. And of course, I'm getting ready to stream And I didn't notice that I had gotten this notification that I got a strike, and I went to click stream, and YouTube said, sorry, we're not going to let that happen today, young man. You screwed up. You got a copyright strike on your channel. Yes, I'm trying to bees Chantal. Yeah, you're not doing that on me. Bless you. Cough it up. That's okay. You know I'll clean it up. I always do. So anyway, got a copyright strike. And what happens is the claimant, actually it was a takedown strike is really technically what it was. So the Jackie Gleason Foundation contacts YouTube, says, oh, we have a copyright issue with this video. You need to take it down. So they took it down. So I can't even review it. I can't edit it. I can't do anything to it. I can't even delete it. And even if I did, that's not going to change the takedown strike. So the takedown strike, you get 3 of these nasties. And I'm sure most of you know this. But, hi Marjorie. Great to see you. And I need to talk to you, young lady. I have a question for you. We'll get to that later. You get 3 of these, and then they take your channel. So, first strike, I didn't realize, I thought, hey, you couldn't stream for a week. It turns out it's 90 days. So, my normal YouTube channel, unfortunately, it really wasn't on a track to grow, but it was doing okay. I mean, I don't put any effort into it, so what do I expect, right? But people were still watching and liking and viewing and commenting. So I couldn't go 90 days without streaming. I'm going to go absolutely berserk and harm myself by pulling all my hair out. You can tell I do that quite often. That's what last night and this morning's been all about. So a new channel was created on behalf of Team Tiny Psycho, and some of you are familiar with that, some of you aren't. It's just a band of merry militia members that we just get together and have fun and fool around. So they created a YouTube, and they're permitting me to stream on their channel, so hopefully we won't get them in trouble. However, what have you done? You tagged me in a post yesterday on YouTube on Twitter that is still bothering me for some reason. I don't know why. And I even asked the moderator of the channel, wait a minute, why aren't you blue? You are listed as a moderator. Hang on one second, let me take a quick look at this. You are a moderator. So if you say something, I'll know, because you turned blue yesterday, so I'll see if you turn blue when you make a comment. Anyway, so what I did was I took the schedule that I had put up. It was only like 3 days of streams set up on the original channel, which I plan to go back to. This channel is targeted for something else, but they're being kind enough to allow me to stream. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And if y'all like the profile picture, there's a link in the description below that you can actually order one for yourself, or even in the channel description. These guys are awesome. So Never Stay Dead. They're a shop. They have a shop in the UK that sells that. So anyway, so what we have today, we never finished round deux. The last week. The days just frickin' meld together. I'm sorry. We'll get back to that, Marjorie, in a minute. Anyway, we never finished part deux. So I left the video right where we left off. We may need a little bit of. See, I don't see you blue or with a wrench, but we can check that later. Really, this channel is so small. A moderator really isn't required, honestly. But if we need links and stuff posted, there's really no one to do that other than me, and that kind of sucks. Anyway, so we had a channel member request a React And we did that. It was a terrible video. Her lies, folks. They're just endless. And to punish that individual for said request, I went back in the annals and found the infamous tuna boat mukbang to kind of rub her nose into it. So, and we didn't get through it. So let's now that Mr. Phoenix is off my lap, thank you very much. Now I can actually begin this video. And let's go. We may hit an ad first. There we go.
Company. This is just new news for me. Oh.
Hi, Mike. How are you? Thanks for stopping. I appreciate it. Now, this is actually part 2 of our part 2.
If you guys have been watching my channel for 6 years, I have bought multivitamins upwards to 10 times, and not once have I taken them.
I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing myself echo.
Okay,
must just be the weirdos in my head.
It's always a thought. Take me some multivitamins. Ooh, so healthy, but I never take them. Okay.
You know what? I actually have a similar problem. I unfortunately have. I don't have eating disorders. I have issues eating. More appropriately, remembering to eat. That kind of stuff. So I tend to fast, and that's not really good for me, and I know that. So I would take supplements. I would take these frickin' horse pills, and I hated it. Every morning I would take them, and oh god, I just hate them. I can't stand pills that are bigger than my throat, or at least feels bigger than my throat, right? But I took them because I knew I wasn't getting the supplements that I needed, because I would forget to eat. Now, I have a really bad habit of doing that, especially thanks to work. It's not their fault, it's my fault. I put myself into that shit, and I just don't stop. But
because,
and I still see the pickle runnings on her plate from the dill pickles when you pick it up and tap, 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 tap. It's like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know, I'm too lazy. No, I truly don't know why. I just... but they want, like I said, they want me to get multivitamin with iron. And
well,
I wrote all the notes down of what...
You're a young woman. You should take iron.
They wanted me to do.
It's so rather important. Iron, vitamin D, there's a few of them that are really important for you. Especially at your age. And with the surgeries and stuff that you've had in the past, you really probably should be a little bit more careful.
Chicken scratch has entered the chat, and then...
I'm not sure what to say to that, Jamie. I know they are. It's just the thought of fish oil. I don't know. If I didn't taste it, it would probably be okay. Hey, Karina's dropped a video.
Okay, so the vitamin D supplement and then the iron multi with iron, they want me to do those things, and then I have another appointment with them in about a month.
What the hell was that she just picked off the plate and tossed behind her shoulder? Was it a celery hair? I don't know if... Alright, I don't know how many people here like celery and even clean celery, but when you clean it, you typically, you wash it, and then you break it and you pull the strings down, so the celery isn't stringy. So was that what she was pulling off the plate? I don't know. You know, if I could turn off Discord's notifications, it would be so pleasant.
In the past,
the alerts are annoying.
In the most recent time,
a hair bug.
No doctors ever wanted a follow-up with me. But this one, okay, I'm gonna do labs, and we're gonna find out in a week what's wrong. And you're gonna come back
Sorry.
and testing after this.
I have to readjust.
Like, just so.
And we'll show Matt a little bit.
Like, he is on it. So yeah.
His lives, by the way, Sinatra says his second channel, his lives are going to get a little more interesting. I think he's going to be spinning things up a little bit from what I got last night.
So I have an appointment with
Looking
them
forward to
tomorrow
that.
see if the
But it does put me in a little bit of a precarious position because I was going down the path, but I'm taking it from a slightly different perspective than he is. So stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. I love his
and then
reactions.
I have another appointment with them actually. It's taken about 2 weeks to see if the antibiotic I'm on now for my bladder infection.
And no offense, Amber,
working.
your
Seems
knuckles
like
are
no
brownish.
Antibiotics
Yeah, that.
like me, I guess. Oh. I forgot.
You forgot what?
This is a rice cake.
What? Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Caramel on it.
Can we get a goddamn beauty bite of that rice cake? Because I've never seen a rice cake before.
These are so low calorie, but so just like satisfying.
It depends on the type that you buy.
You
That's not 100% true.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, you buy the ones with molasses and honey and chocolate and all that kind of crap. Yeah, okay, low calorie, my ass. Oh, shut up, people. We're working here.
I figured I'd have a little sweet dessert moment.
You know, I got the cell phones both turned off. Discord, on the other hand. Bad Discord! Make sure you frame it right.
Rice cakes are made. Like, are those actual?
I always found them rather bland and boring. My wife used to love rice cakes. The birds love them. Those made really good bird snacks. When we got lazy, like when we were out late at night and we forgot to feed the birds, rice cakes, baby. You break it into 4, piece for everyone.
Like rice? I feel like it's not. Because rice is kind of high in calories.
What are you doing on my server?
What do I know?
And I'm sorry, I'm squinting. My eyes are killing me. Again, why I'm not wearing my glasses. If you've ever worked with a terminal before, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like back in the old days, black screen with the odd yellow greenish kind of tint to the screen, to the text. Oh god.
So good.
My age is showing.
I kind of feel bad
Why?
talking about these things because it's like
Why?
there are worse things happening to good people out there
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
than
Then you know what you do? You suck it up, Buttercup, and you just shut the fuck up. You quit putting this stuff online and move on with your life. You're the one. Nobody's holding a proverbial gun to your head to post this content. There's no reason for it. If you don't like it, don't do it. This confuses me. The reason she will never stop is because of that coin.
Vitamin D deficiency. Like, it's so stupid when I say it out loud.
You know, believe it or not, there actually might be some young people out there that actually look to your channel for some inspiration. Maybe? Doubtful, but maybe? Whatever, Amber.
And it's like, I sit here and I'm like, I'm scared. This is a big deal.
Excuse me a minute.
When there's so much worse out there. I just feel stupid.
Alright, I can ignore that for now. That would have made a good thumbnail. Oh. And the ring light in my eye isn't helping any.
Calories on this meal are so low for...
And that's a really good point, Jamie. And I think a lot of people use Chantal's channel for positive reinforcement about, cleaning and, eating properly and weight loss. I mean, it's a negative channel, but it actually does have some potential of some silver linings for some people. So I get what you're saying completely.
How much it is? Like,
it's more of a negative inspiration.
Volume-wise. And I am actually leaving this meal.
I remember the Quaker Oats rice cakes. Yeah, that's what it was, because it had the... I'm not allowed to say it anymore. Yes, we are. The Quaker Oats guy on the box. This PC shit's got to stop, folks. It's just gotta fucking stop.
I'm only dropping something, I swear.
Okay, so here's an example of what I'm talking about. I live in Cleveland. You may not know that. Cleveland's in Ohio. Great city by a great lake. Has its issues like every other city. We have a baseball team named the Cleveland Indians, and they have been the Cleveland Indians for as long as I know. I've known. Now, I'm not a native. I'm a transplant. I moved here about 23 years ago, 23 years ago, from Pittsburgh, where we had another great baseball team called the Pirates. And, Cleveland and Pittsburgh are always clashing. Even though I think the people really in general do love each other. Anyway, before I turn this into an 8-hour stream, Chantal. There, in the last couple years, so the team logo was Chief Wahoo, a very famous character, a cartoonized caricature, okay? And yeah, they would have a mascot that would wear it, okay. And so basically what it was, Indian chief with the headdress and the whole 9 yards and the tomahawk. And in fact, the fans in the stands would always do the tomahawk chop, right? So this has been going on in this town for decades. They decide, nope, sorry, nope, that's too offensive to Native Americans, or whatever the proper term is these days. I don't even remember. And so now we're just a C. That's it. So I'm sitting back wondering, okay, when are they going to attack our football team? The Cleveland Browns. And I'll leave you with that thought.
So, if you're going through something out there and I made you feel frustrated or less than, I did not mean to, because I know for me sometimes, like,
at least she
someone's problem
is somewhat self-aware,
like,
not really, but sort of, kind
tiny
of.
compared to mine. Sometimes I get almost jealous.
Mr. Matt!
To realize,
dude!
like,
Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. I appreciate that.
With their life and their...
Well, we're trying. We're hiding out from the we're trying to hide out, at least I am, from the Twitter politics, because it's just gotten so bad, and honestly, I am so sick and done with it. And it's not that I am not political. I just am smart enough to know that it can be very divisive and very fiery for some people to talk about. And I choose not to bring that up in my channel or any streams that I do. I try not to be political. I really do. I slip up. I screw up. It happens. I've been married twice, so it tells you I've made at least one small error in my lifetime. I guess that wasn't very nice to say. But yeah, there's so much junk going on Twitter right now with people that I really care about, with people that I follow and follow me, that, you know what, I'm just trying to keep my mouth shut because I don't want to piss myself off, and I don't want to piss a friend off because I might say something that they don't necessarily agree with or find in liking with their comments. You know what I mean? So it's just better. I just keep my mouth shut. I stick in DMs, and I hate it.
That problem might be.
I like the DMs, but I hate the fact that I can't really react in Twitter because I feel like I'm going to get pounced upon, and I just don't have the energy for that bullshit.
Really big to them because there's this saying.
So I don't know how you do what you do, Matt. God bless you.
To the B or whatever. I know I said that wrong, but that's the biggest example I can think of. Like, it's such a good quote, honestly, because it's true. Like, my problems that I consider, you know, earth-shattering, to someone else might just be like a tiny little blimp in the road, you know?
Well, no shit. I mean, that's true for everybody. I mean, you're not giving us any insightful knowledge and passing this stuff on to us. We understand that. Most of us really have a good understanding that everybody goes through shit. Everybody goes through shit. And what might be big to me is certainly not going to be big to somebody else who has some other issue. So, what are you, 2?
No?
For fuck's sake.
So it makes me feel, like, kind of bad talking about all this. Like, I
So
really
chic.
didn't feel bad. So if you're going through something...
And you know what gets it? It's the wrist guard. The hand guard. That completes the outfit for me.
Like, I don't like so annoying. I'm so emotional. Because I know there are people.
Now, one thing I noticed, she has no earrings on today in this video. Not that I can see. I see no earrings. So we're taking a point away because you're not. The hair's a mess. The makeup looks like crap. We're gonna pull a Gigi scoring here. So a win for the handguard. A loss for the lack of earrings, and the hair is really just a disaster. Or a disaster. And I know it! And the makeup is just atrocious. I mean, she looks like I did when I went to bed last night. I really was a wreck.
Are watching me who reach out and talk to me about their health issues, and you guys are always in my thoughts. Health stuff is scary because sometimes you're not in control.
For fuck's sake. Are you kidding me? Sometimes you are not in control. Oh, like Nekakata Avocado is not in control of his bowels. Well, yeah, okay. We know that for a fact. No, you do make somewhat of a point, but for fuck's sake. You know, again, this is not new revelations that none of us knew about.
Sometimes you are, you know.
Well, you know, Jamie, that also brings up a good point. So, I work remotely, and normally when I am on a company Teams meeting, because we use Teams, unfortunately, Microsoft Teams, and I hate it. I don't hate Microsoft; I just hate the product. I prefer Zoom. But anyway, I never turn my camera on. First of all, nobody needs to see me first thing in the morning. That would be a disaster. Not only for me, but for those viewing. So I keep my camera off on purpose. However, that said, I always have clothes on. I always have pants on. So if my camera were to accidentally go, because it has done that before, I may not be camera ready, but at least I'm clad in clothing. Nobody would need to see that. Sorry, TMI. She's really working hard on this rice cake. I mean, really just chopping, just masticating the living shit out of get every vitamin out of that rice cake. I hate that. Oh, God, I hate that. And it is amazing, and I think Matt was talking about this the other day. It's amazing how folks in this genre mimic one another. So Chantal mimicking Amber, and also slightly vice versa, and a couple other people in this sphere. It's kind of freaky.
That was a good meal.
They're okay. I mean, to me, they're just bland, but I bought the plain ones one time, and I actually put like black pepper on them. That I enjoyed because at least it had a flavor. You know what I mean? I used to get the plain ones and drizzle honey on it for Maggie, so she would get a little bit of sugar and a little bit of flavor because they are really, really, really bland. I mean, imagine taking rice and yeah, just terrible. No, they're not. What the hell's that face for?
Weird noises. I think Eric's watching TV. You guys sit on this container, which has my shoes in it.
And we put that on the kitchen table so you could eat off of it for a mukbang. Okay.
We'll hold my food and also show you guys my food. So you guys need to mimic that.
They are bland as hell.
You're gonna leave it.
That's why you take it upon yourself to make them better. Like I said, take a plain one and try it with a little cracked black pepper, fresh cracked black pepper. Oh my god, that is really good. It's not quite what what your brain's gonna be thinking. It's really savory and it is really good.
Stop.
Low calorie, low carb, the whole 9 yards.
Like I am full to the gills. Is that a saying? I think it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know why, but I always have like maybe 4 things I want to like answer or talk about, and then I just like
forget.
Carry on with the same conversation the whole time. I think it's because normally what could be said in 5 minutes takes.
It's weird. Yeah. Oh no, you absolutely can, Mike. You or Matt. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. You can. They come in like Quaker Oats. They come in all different kinds of flavors. Savory, sweet, the whole 9 yards. But if you buy the plain, you can do whatever you want to them. A little cayenne, or oh, what else would be good? Even maybe a little shaky cheese. I mean, real shaky cheese, not the fake shaky cheese that Chantal likes, but shaky cheese. Put it in the oven for just a couple seconds, just to melt it a little bit. That I think would be awesome. So there are things you could do with it to improve the blandness. Because rice is rather bland, even when you cook it and put it on the plate. That's the whole point. That's why billions of people eat it every day.
You're gonna move on because you're also eating and crunching and.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Kryptonite. What is that? You're gonna have to explain that one to me, please. I don't understand what you're asking, even though it wasn't geared to me.
Drinking.
Sorry.
Anyways, I'm gonna end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Must be a UK thing.
Hey guys, so welcome.
We can get back to this one. This is not. So I had a treat. I was asked to kind of tack something on to the end of that part deux, which we never got to, and I think that was because we were running into DC's stream, so and a lot of us moderate for her, so we kind of went. So we shut our stream down and went over there. But somebody asked me to play this video, and honestly, yeah, it's really the one thing that Chantal really needs is the D. So thanks to a friend of ours, we're gonna play this. I'm gonna make y'all gag, and honestly, I don't particularly care. So enjoy.
This, and I got an extra side of the right.
And then I'll tell you who's to blame for this, and then we can all yell at her.
Sauce right here to see what that's all about. So I'll just put that here. And I got the, I'm guessing this is the puts in.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So that sounds like au jus. So when you make like a roast beef, all the runnings, you know what I mean? You make you make kind of like a meat. It's not a gravy. It's an au jus. I mean, you can't call it anything else. It's exactly is that sort of what you're talking about? A beef tea. See, I would like that. I love meat. I can't help it. You should see the steaks I made last night. I got one for tonight, and oh my god, I can't wait. My mouth is watering when I was searing them last night. Oh, whoa! Oh, that's a good deep. If you wouldn't mind, and here's a test because I want to see if my settings are correct, and this probably will fail. Jamie, if you wouldn't mind, if you could find a link to that and post it in chat. If you can't post it, please forward it to Kryptonite, and she'll do that for you. But this way you can test it and see if it works. It should, but it's freaking YouTube. Who knows?
And the flat.
We are not going to review this entire video. I mean, a lot of people have already pounced on this. There was a very specific part of this video that somebody wanted us to watch because they really think that the one thing really lacking in Chantal's life, no, it's not BB, it's just the D.
Flat hamburger.
Thanks, Jim.
Oh my goodness. All right. And I got an orange crush. Now the only complaint I have.
Would that be Fanta Orange Crush? I'm trying to think of many delis that actually sell that kind of crap, but okay, this is Canada. Whatever. Consider the source.
Because they don't have ice. But don't worry. I've come to realize that I'm the odd one in that situation, and the ice situation, so... Alright, now, let me just see here. Let's start with the burger.
And I don't know about you. She drives me nuts with her animation. You know, when she tastes something that just is so orgasmic, and oh my god, this woman drives me crazy.
This out of the way for a minute.
Are those real wings, or are those the fake tape-on wings that she put on the other day that look so hideous?
I have some explaining to do. So here's the package of the burger. Let's see here. Oh, it smells good.
And I don't know about you. If I ever bought, not sure if it worked. No, you're probably right. I'm sorry. I think you and Kryptonite probably follow one another on Twitter. Send it there. She'll take care of it. Please, thank you.
It's like homemade meat.
What I was going to say is, I've eaten a lot of hamburgers in my day. I've eaten, unfortunately, a lot of fast food hamburgers. I have never eaten a fast food hamburger because, you know, they never look as good as they do for the commercials and everything. And they're usually pressed down and smushed. And that's a disgusting looking hamburger. Just saying.
Meat sauce. So this is what it looks like, as you can see.
Wait a minute. This is not the right video. And you know who I'm talking to in the chat. I thought this was the D video, young lady.
The hamburger buns are flattened. And it's a cheeseburger all dressed. So I'm assuming it has pickles, onions, cheese.
That is not a goddamn hamburger. That is a meat patty. Or, as we say, a meat popsicle.
And they layer...
Thank you.
Just slather the sauce on, and the patty is super, super thin. Okay? Now, they give you this Dick Ann's popsicle stick so that you can lift...
Because if you're too lazy just to kind of, you know, use your fingers to lift it off the plate, we give you a popsicle stick. Kind of like a crowbar or a pry bar.
Up your burger and eat it. So let's give you a beauty bite. Beauty bite. And let's try this.
Thanks, Kryptonite. I appreciate it. I got to figure out how to get it over to the computer where I'm streaming. Hang on one second. Excuse me while I do a little really non-technical work here.
Can taste the onions, but all dressed. Need some napkins. It's very...
Yes, I have to type because I'm that
tasty.
old.
And the burger's nice and thin. It's very cheesy. And the spicy sauce,
Let's see if I got it
I
right.
don't know why they call it spicy. To me, it's not spicy,
Oh, for fuck's
but
sake.
it is flavorful. Tastes like a...
Yeah, just
Uh,
stop it.
it's hard to taste it. Here's a side of it. It's very liquidy. Oh, I thought there was meat. I don't know if there's meat in it. It almost tastes like a liquid, more liquidy Taco Bell, taco kind of sauce. It adds an extra juiciness.
I can't tell if that's a zero or a capital letter O.
The popsicle stick just makes me laugh. It is really good.
Okay.
It's Aspen Dental's Everyday Smiles
All right.
event.
Let's try the poutine.
Why are you playing an ad? I do have. Oh, that's right. Ad blocker
So it
doesn't.
has sauce.
Ad
It
blocker
has sauce
doesn't
on the
work.
poutine.
All right.
Oh my.
Okay. I'll fix that.
And I asked for an extra one
Thank you.
because I wanted to taste it.
We'll cut this in just a little bit.
There you go.
Thank you, Jamie and Kryptonite.
Now,
I appreciate
unlike
it.
most Quebec eateries,
I thought it was
they
Quebec
use...
because it's French, right? Oh my God.
I'm just going to pour a bit of extra sauce on here.
Now, what I
They
would be
use
worried about.
shredded cheese, which normally...
What I would be worried about is it leaking out of the bottom of that box. But that cheese does look amazing. I have to admit, I would eat that in a heartbeat.
you would use. Look at the cheese. Now, I don't mind shredded cheese if it's good quality, so let's try this out.
Yeah, that's not a standard poutine. Poutine doesn't normally use shredded cheese.
Sorry about the lighting, Beauty Bite. It's very gloomy today.
And I love poutine. Poutine is a big seller here. Especially as you go south in Ohio.
Mm.
Yes, it's dripping down your lap, on your fupa, down your pants. Yeah.
My windows are fogging. Very good cheese, good French fries. The sauce is very subtle, actually. It's not very strong.
It's not fucking spaghetti. So she goes to twist the fork.
Mm.
Hey, Phoenix, what's up, buddy? Hey, old man, what are you doing? You all right? Okay. You just look a little disheveled.
It is very cheesy.
Poor guy.
It's the kind of cheese you could choke on if you're not careful. It is good quality mozzarella.
What does that mean? And how do you know? I don't
It is
think
quality.
you would know a good quality mozzarella even if it came up and bit you in the mouth.
This burger is very unique, I gotta say. Yep. They got their own little thing going on here. Mm. Mm.
I don't know. I would have to see the patty. That's all I'm going to say. Poutine. You have to like cheese curds. If you don't like cheese curds, you probably are not going to like poutine. It is very standard, French fries and cheese curds, and the gravy can vary. I like spicier, more savory gravy. So the place where you get it, it could differ.
The onions and pickles are really good.
Marjorie, what did you do? What did you do now? We need to talk about your tag yesterday.
I think it's like a dill pickle relish they use.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This girl. For the amount of food that these individuals consume, they cannot describe. And I know others have said this before, and I probably have too. I'm going to say it again. And it really kind of pisses me off. For as much food as you consume, you can't describe a simple taste. You can't describe how how it's constructed, the texture, how it tastes. I give up. Oh. Well, see, where I was born and raised was pretty much in Amish country in Pennsylvania. Just north of Pittsburgh, there's a huge Amish community, and one of the biggest things they do, they have a huge cheese commune, and the amount of cheese products going in and out of that commune is amazing. And they have fresh cheese curds that are to die for. And then you have to find, French fries and a good gravy. And there are a few places that actually really make it really well. In fact, here in Cleveland, my favorite brewery, Fatheads, at their main brewery facility in Middleburg Heights, they have see if I get this right, it's a smoked brisket poutine. And I'm telling you what, oh my God. Between the smokiness and the running, the curds and it is orgasmic. That all calms down once you've had a couple glasses of their beer, trust me. So if you are ever in the Cleveland area, hit me up, man. I got some treats to share with you.
That is really delicious. They do have hot dogs as well.
Tacos.
I got some brief snapshots of their menu. I like their little cups and their
You're
little
in
straws.
eastern Northern Carolina. Oh, did the stream just go down? Shit.
Of course, I'm making a mess.
I think the stream went down.
All over myself, of course. It's very unique. And not too messy.
That scared the hell out of me.
Not a thick sauce,
Now,
So,
just to explain why I panicked a little bit. So I have YouTube Studio open over here, so I can watch chat, and I can respond, or I can talk, and that kind of stuff. Now, thank you. I all of a sudden, I saw all the viewers, all the connected viewers go to zero. I saw the chat go to zero. You're like, oh shit! So did they strike me again? Am I blocked? That's why I'm going to be very, 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 very careful about what I stream over here. For one thing, I think we have a plan for this channel once I'm able to stream back on my regular channel again. I don't want to talk about it, but I think there's a plan for that. But I will use this temporarily, and Team Tiny Psycho may also use it for their plans. That's certainly up to them. However, yeah, I saw that all go to hell. I thought, oh my God, because theoretically, I'm not sure I'm allowed to do what I'm doing, but it's already recorded on YouTube, so.
that's very interesting.
So
The fries
that
are
scared me.
more like a shoestring
Thank you, Kryptonite.
style fry here.
And I'm sorry to panic DM you.
They are very good. This is very.
He's just
stringy
sitting over there
cheese.
waiting for
You can
dinner.
tell that's
He's got his
good
legs
quality.
crossed. He's sitting like a good boy. Oh, look at me, I'm so pretty.
The sauce, because it's not thick.
Well, you couldn't have picked two more polar opposite cities in the entire state of Ohio. Dayton is probably about 5 hours away. Dayton is a great place. I guarantee you could probably find poutine there, or Putin, whatever we're calling it today. Yeah, it's about 5 hours. It is a miserable drive from Cleveland. Trust me. From Dayton, really another close by place, especially if you like beer, is Columbus. Columbus has a beer trail that is second to none in Ohio, and you will have a blast. And the restaurants that they pair with, it's really fun. It's really, really fun. So,
It just seems to absorb right into the French fries. See, it's very...
Would you not expect that? Are potatoes not porous? Or am I thinking of another vegetable?
liquidy type of sauce. Yeah, it smells like...
It looks like a chili sauce from a place that I am obsessed with in Newcastle called Coney Island. They make a chili dog that is bloody fucking amazing. So the funny thing about this restaurant, you go in there, in the old days, they don't do it anymore, but in the old days, and I'm not kidding you, this is not bullshit, you ask anybody that lived in Newcastle, they'll tell you the same story. You would walk in there, you'd say, I want 6 dogs with everything, okay? Bun, 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 bun. Dog, 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 dog. Whip, 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 whip. Ketchup, chili, onions. On his arm. On his arm. Bare arm. And you know what? He would bring them over, put them in a box. You would take it to your table, and you would eat those goddamn dogs, and you would love them. Now today, obviously, we can't do that. So we've got these long gloves. And they still do it. They absolutely still do it. It's hilarious. But now they wear a glove. And it goes all the way up to the shoulder.
It almost smells like a Taco Bell sauce. Like
and I love their chili
Taco
dogs.
Bell
Oh my
hot
God.
sauce?
Oh.
Or like a taco sauce.
Don't get me started.
Something like that.
That's why when I see her eating this kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, cones. Oh, they're only 3 hours away.
But not salty.
I can be there in 2.5 hours.
Like Taco Bell sauce. It's hard to explain.
Now, we're not in lockdown mode. If I could get there and get back before 10 o'clock at night, I would probably be okay. But it is extraneous travel, and they are kind of poo-pooing that. So, and my place of employment would really get pissed off if they knew I took a 3-hour trek to go buy some hot dogs in another state. Yeah, they're not going to like that. They'll tell me, stay home for the next 2 weeks, Mr. Weiner.
Man, that shit.
And they would be right to say so. So
really
that's why as much as I crave those bad little dogs, they're sitting over there. They'll be there when all this is done and over with, or I'm able to travel. They'll still be there. It's okay. They're not going anywhere.
I'm telling you. So, yeah. And there was like nobody in there. One
No,
guy
I like
picking
Dayton.
up,
Dayton's a lot of fun.
skip the dishes, I think. DoorDash.
There is I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but there's a game called geocaching. Some of us call it a game, some of us call it a sport. It kind of depends on how you define it. But here's our general definition of what geocaching is. We use multi-million-dollar military satellite equipment to find dollar Tupperware in the woods. Period. That's it. It's an electronic treasure hunt. And what do you win? You don't win anything. No stupid prizes. It's all about bragging rights. So you get these coordinates off a website. You punch them into your GPS or your phone, and you go to the location and you find it, or maybe you don't. Depends on how difficult it is to find. And then when you do find it, you sign the log. And then when you go home, you log it online, so everybody knows that, ooh, I found this cache. Anyway, there's a cache down in Dayton at Wright University, and I'll tell you what, it is an amazing geocache. There's a container. If you've ever been to the Wright University, when you first pull in, there's that huge concrete sign, and it's got to be 40 feet tall. And, you know, it's got the Wright University on it and all that kind of stuff. There's a cache at the top. I'm not kidding. There's a cache at the very top of that sign. And I can't think of the name of it, but it's the whole purpose is to force you to kind of use your brain to figure out, how am I going to get that device off of there, right? So people use ladders. They try that. People use ropes. They try that. That's how we did it. We used a rope and some a bow and arrow and a few other devices, and we managed to actually get it off, and we actually managed to get it back. Getting it back up on top is actually more difficult than getting it down. Because you can actually force it to fall. That's easy. Then how do you get it back up there? So, yeah, we had a brain trust of probably 16 people on this one cache. It was hilarious. Oh, you cashed in San Francisco? Oh my God. Oh, you must have had a lot of fun. We can do a stream entirely on that subject. We have a number of chatters in here that probably aren't too interested, so I don't want to bore them. But the very first geocache I ever did in my lifetime, back in 2005 with my wife, was Bruce Lee. There's a virtual cache in Washington or in Seattle that takes you to Bruce Lee and Brandon's gravesite, and you have to talk about the stones that were used and the markers and very specific information so they knew you were there, and you had to take a picture and post it. That was back in the day, that was called a virtual cache, and they are gone now. Even though I do own one, I put one out about a year ago. I was graciously allowed the opportunity to put out when they released some more. I was one of those that was volunteered to put it out. So it's a great thing to do. It got Maggie and I out of the house doing things together, which is my main thing. It's like, let's not sit at home. Let's go out. Let's have some fun together. Let's spend the day together. And that's what it was all about. So, yeah, that was an awesome cache. Sorry, folks. Because we do have to get to the mac and cheese.
So.
What do we have left here?
That was good.
5. It's not too bad.
But it is a weekday, and it's an odd hour, which is when I like to go to places because I know there won't be crowds.
Everybody else uses that same logic. So you end up, everybody's there all the time.
So this is the location closest to me. They have several different others in Quebec. I'm pretty sure they're all, I don't know, you'd have to check the website. They're all listed on there.
Thank you. I really wanted to know. At least she did about 2 seconds of research. And then and then some editing. I'll give her that. It's more than I do.
But this is not a traditional poutine by any sense of the way. It's got the shredded cheese, the sauce that's not a gravy.
It must be a modified
But
poutine.
those are some unique righteous burgers. I like thinner meat.
Oh, I completely understand what you're saying. And I think that should actually add to the difficulty rating of those caches. Because if you are one of those who plans a whole day trip or week trip or whatever you're doing, so you go cache to cache, 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 you know what I mean? You plan it all out and you're walking that path or driving that path. Oh, absolutely. You are going to be beat. And it's all about terrain. So that should definitely be reflected in the terrain settings on the cache itself.
So if you like thinner meat, if you prefer a thicker burger, you can get...
I do. We all like more meat, baby.
Like double, or probably even add as many patties as you want.
Okay, I will admit that's probably as thin as a McDonald's patty, even though that's not really a patty or a hamburger, technically, I think. Well, okay, it might be now, but yeah.
On if you want to pay. Ooh, okay, there's a little bit of spice.
Oh
coming
my
through.
God, Sam the cooking guy is doing French onion soup. Oh. All right, I'm going to give you a choice. I don't know how many of you know Sam the cooking guy. If you don't, I would love to introduce you to him. So you have a Sam the cooking guy creating some French onion soup, which I'm particularly interested in. Or we can watch the mac and cheese, lobster mac and cheese. I'm good with either one. Or both. Whatever y'all are up for, let me know in the chat.
Actually, it's very subtle. If you're not used to spiciness, you probably find it a bit spicy. But
it looked like a rather thin chili sauce without meat, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying. It'll come to me.
it's a very subtle flavor. Very subtle heat. All the bottom has all the saucy
Thank you, Kryptonite.
fries. Okay. When you get to the bottom, all the sauce accumulates on the fries. Mmm.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Get in my tummy.
That's actually quite good. It's not a very flavorful hot sauce.
See, that's the thing.
Special sauce.
Honestly, to me,
But
it
adds
does
like
look actually potentially delicious.
Moisture.
But I want
And
flavor out of that
it's-
sauce.
it's
I'm
not
sorry.
too
It doesn't have to be spicy, spicy,
The heat's
spicy.
kind of built
I just
up
want
over
it to
time.
have flavor.
Mm.
There's nothing worse for me than eating bland food. I just, it's like, why bother? Right? Really? I mean, why bother? I hate it. And this is my issue with eating at work. They prepare the food for the generic eater, meaning no taste buds, no flavor, so bland, nothing. It's disgusting. So when they have something as delicious as occasionally they'll do some like Mexican tacos, street tacos, and burritos. The meat is so bland, and then you try to help it by putting on some pico de gallo and some onions and something to add some flavor to it, and it still doesn't help.
And it's soaked into the French fries. Oh, that is good.
I honestly can't believe that has not leaked out of that box. That is a hell of a lot of fries.
It's got a nice little heat
Damn.
to it. So I'm glad I got to try Dick Ann's iconic hamburgers. I am really into trying iconic
the question is-
eateries. And I'm
Yeah,
glad
well,
I got
it's
to
a
scratch
matter
this
of
off
whether
my
you
list.
want to meet somebody new
So-
that you may not have seen,
Yeah,
or whether
I
you want to
recommend
watch
definitely-
Chantal.
I would also recommend grabbing yourself an extra sauce because the sauce it
All right,
came with,
Jamie. I hope you feel
without
better.
adding the extra sauce, it
I'm
was
sorry. Have a
a
good
bit
night.
dry.
I'm looking forward to you getting back to drawing online
but
again.
when I added the extra sauce, it added a lot more sauce to the mix, obviously. So
When I added the extra sauce, it actually added a lot of extra sauce.
I would advise getting an extra sauce on the side. That's just
Oh,
what
sorry.
I would do.
My
Depends
bald
if
spot
you like
exposed.
Your,
Oh,
if you're okay with a little bit of sauce.
That's
but
from
the
last
cheese was
night.
really good. They added a really good amount of cheese.
I'm kidding.
Even though for shredded cheese, this is passable because I'm kind of a cuisine snob and I prefer my cuisines with curds, cheese curds. But sometimes if the
I will agree with her on this point, and very few other points. Poutine needs cheese curds. That is the traditional recipe.
shredded mozzarella is very good.
Oh, you're
quality,
very welcome.
then I don't mind.
I'm sorry.
All right, so this I would say definitely.
Hi,
So
Gary.
that's my first time trying
Say
a flat
hi.
hamburger. I guess they just flatten up the buns and use really thin patties. Add the cheese, toppings, and then the sauce. And I love the little popsicle stick they give you. That's really cute. So guys, that is wraps up my taste test of the Dick Ann's franchise iconic hamburgers. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.
Yeah, give me just a minute. I'm going to let that play for a second.
Soupe à l'oignon foncé, chef.
I'm trying to get this tweeted to somebody. Am I following you? Tiny Psycho! Apparently, I am not following you. Nope. What the living? Oh no. Oh no. No, I can't. God damn it. I'm sorry, I know the dead air. I hear it. Give me 1 minute. Am I not allowed to message you? Oh, give me a break. Well, fuck me. like I said, I think I need to retire to Boomer Twitter. It's not letting me. Hang on 1 second. And of course, she's not playing, so I'm going to move on to this and let this play while I get the other video overside, okay? That way you're not bored listening to me.
Definitely. I don't think I like it as much as I thought I was going to, but Eric said he liked it. Who knows? So, we have a carrot.
Shut up. How's that? Admittedly, it doesn't look terrible. I do like the Bloody Mary, though. I actually think that's a wonderful idea.
Back to another video. So, I'm trying to be a little quiet.
Okay, what the hell's going on over here?
Barely get it. It's like 5 in the morning. 5, almost 6 in the morning right now, and I'm just like.
And she's up eating
super hungry, and
lobster mac and cheese at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And drinking a Bloody Mary. That's my move, not yours, bitch. Get off of my bloodies.
And I'm doing that because...
Shame on you.
I'm really hungry. And,
alright.
Yeah.
What is your Twitter?
So, just don't even listen to me, okay? This is why...
For some reason, I think...
This is real good Parmesan. Parm Bay. That's me. So it's just like...
I'm working as fast as I can.
I just feel like this is why I don't talk about these things on my channel.
Hey, I remembered the password.
And I brought it up.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm not blaming anybody.
Some reason.
You know, I can't do right now, guys. I just can't do.
Okay.
Just, you know, so that's how it is. I mean, everyone's gonna have an opinion on that. That's fine. Whatever.
No, see, he is not following me.
Go with my life, you know. So, I'm having lobster mac and cheese at like 5:30 in the morning, and this is the Caesar mix I was talking about. Walter Kraft.
There was a log in your account. Blah, blah, yeah.
Delicious. And of course, these are the beans I always buy. Extreme beans, garlic and dill.
Okay. And am I able to message you? Why am I not able to message you? Oh, you're just being stupid.
I'm so excited. And this is brioche.
Oh, maybe that's where she gets that term of...
This is the bread Phoebe loves.
Oh my God, it never dawned on me.
Milk brioche. They're a little sweet. Put butter.
Oh, wow.
Garlic. So I made my own garlic bread. So let's give you this chunk of lobster.
I love lobster.
So
I don't know about you. This looks...
Oh my gosh, I'm so steamy.
She's not on screen.
Not enough parm. Gonna have to add more. Alright, this is gonna be a really huge...
Hang on. I'm sorry. Oh, that's because I was being a dumbass. I'm sorry. Thank you, Kryptonite. If it weren't for you, I'd lose my lowly little mind. Sorry about that, folks. I didn't change the window capture because I threw it up in another browser. I think we're gonna do.
That was my own sign language.
I really want to watch that video. I just can't get it.
Oh, you want
It's making me upset. Because I'll tell you what, that looks fucking amazing. And it's a 20-minute video. That's not too bad. Alright, I'll just frickin' do something stupid.
Let's be this morning for work. I'll be like, are you eating mac and cheese?
Stuff.
Probably used to it.
Big, beautiful me.
Nothing new to see here.
That's a wonderful Instagram account now, huh?
I'm filming a video. No, you won't be in it.
Aw, thanks for joining us, Lauren. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you. Have a great nap. Hope you feel great. Yes, you heard the bag, did you? Your food's not in here, trust me. My food is, but not yours. God damn, that's a lot of shaky cheese.
Just a little bit more Parmesan. Just a bit.
Little bit?
So, let's bet it like that cottage cheese. I don't even really like it, but I always try to like it because I heard it's good for you.
Cottage cheese? Oh, I can't eat cottage cheese. I'm not lactose intolerant, but I can't handle
Anyway.
milk and I can't handle cottage cheese. Regular cheese
One's
I can
bad.
eat,
One's bad. That's why
and I can eat a lot of it
Bad
before I get
for you.
really, really sick. So I don't know what's going on with that.
11 is early.
It's probably my lack of enthusiasm for milk and those types of, you know. Thanks to my dad.
I love the bean.
Obviously, that just looks like tomato juice and vodka.
So sour and pickled.
She wants a real Bloody Mary. Come see me, baby. Come see me.
Savory tomato.
Oh my God.
Caesar mix. Steaming.
My daughter, we went to on vacation this past summer, and my daughter would every morning she would come in and present her dad with this gorgeous, delicious Bloody Mary to start my day off with. And I'm talking 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm drinking a fucking Bloody Mary. So, they were so good. Oh my God. And we made a point. There's a store right before you hit the boardwalk in Rehoboth called Devil Dave's, and they sell Bloody Mary mix. They sell everything you can think of Bloody Mary related. They even sell the tomato juice. It's a Sacramento brand. I bought some in gross from Amazon because I really love that brand, and it's not easy to get over here, so I bought some. I like the really, really spicy version, and they're delicious. Oh my God. Thank you, Devin. How about?
Then I woke up. Like 4.
I saw your
in bed.
tweet. Other than the shaky cheese, it actually looks okay.
Tried to go back to sleep.
It
like
doesn't
the
look
cats
very
and them.
sauced to me, but it could just be me.
It's like they can hear. They have such good hearing. They can hear my eyelids open. I don't know. Because they come in the room right away. It's like, relax, guys. Let me have my morning pee.
Oh no. Please stop. Please, 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 please stop.
You know?
Do we have to be talking about somebody's minge on Twitter? For fuck's sake, you guys.
Give me a
You're
break.
killing me, Smalls.
This is
We
Farm Boy
need
brand.
about 2 seconds to talk, and I can't do it on that.
Frozen lobster mac and cheese. It's so good and creamy. It's like the best.
And by the way, I don't know if you're still here, Matt. I'm going to throw out a blanket thank you. You tweeted something, and I personally thank you.
I swear.
Yeah, the Bloody Mary looks watery. It doesn't look like it has any real spices or anything in it. So it's just going to taste like tomato juice that has vodka. And knowing her, it's probably V8. Oh, V8's okay. It's just, I don't think it makes a very good Bloody Mary mix.
So I woke up super hungry.
No, somebody's distracting me. I'm sorry. Trying my best to ignore Twitter for the most part. with a couple people as an exception.
And here I am with you today.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
Did not feel like putting on any makeup.
Fuck Twitter.
And I had the weirdest dream.
That's a huge helping on that fork. What the hell? Oh, now forgive me. I do have ad blocker.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house.
Unfortunately, I think this is an incognito window,
I had a dream
so
that
my ad blocker's not going to work. Sorry about that. Let's see. Ella's gone live.
my family and I, for some reason, with my mom, my sister, she was the baby. My
The ad
stepdad.
was disgusting, by the way.
Hi, Sammy. Background beezing.
Get off the counter!
Beezing, Sam.
You goddamn feline!
And how? Sam, you're too big for this now. Yes, he is.
Like mother, like cat, I guess.
Sam. Background beezing.
Isn't that what they say? Pets become like their owners?
I had a dream.
Oh my god, that explains so much
We were
about
hanging out at
about Violent Susan.
Fabrizio's house. Now,
I hadn't thought about that before.
you
Wow.
guys probably don't know who Fabrizio is, actually, since I don't think I told you.
Again, with the sparse
Um,
usage of shaky cheese.
he's basically just like this guy.
Oh, so pickled asparagus.
What's wrong, boy?
I wouldn't necessarily put that in a Bloody Mary, but okay. Whatever. I'd use real asparagus. Fresh asparagus. That would be good.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely,
I'm telling you, if I don't put
absolutely a celery stick, maybe a crab leg, some olives, depending on I like black olives, green, or okay.
Some of my
I do like clamatos.
cats, they do this stuff. Sam. What are you doing, Sam?
You're doing a video. Why don't you talk to the fucking goddamn camera instead of the goddamn cat? And get the cat off the fucking counter.
That cry probably sounded like he was in pain or something, but no, he's fine. He does that when he beezes too. Right, Sammy? He's curious about my ring light. So, yeah, so it was just like, whenever I was, sorry about taking a while to get to my story, guys, but
Jesus Christ. I mean, the food's not going anywhere. You don't have to shove 3 pounds of food on your fork. That's ridiculous.
whenever I was like, I think 16 or so, my grandparents, like my grandfather at the time, had a wife who was Italian. She was from New York City.
Then she wasn't Italian.
They lived in Canada.
She had Italian background, but she was actually probably born and raised in America. That makes her an American, not an Italian. For fuck's sake.
And
My family comes from Belarus. That doesn't make me Russian. That means I have Russian background in my bloodline. I'm born and raised in America. I am a proud American.
so we used to go visit.
Well, these past couple weeks, I don't know if I would say proud anymore.
So one year,
Oops.
for Christmas,
I just got
Went to their
political for a
place.
second. I'm sorry. Cancel me! Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I don't even have forks that full.
her daughter was there, like, to celebrate with us. And her daughter had a son named Fabrizio.
And while she's still masticating, she's preparing the next forkful.
I'm not really good with names, but I'm pretty sure that's what his name was. I don't know.
I was waiting for her to shove that in her mouth because that would have been
Yeah.
very Chantalish.
Yeah. I guess at the time I had a huge crush because I went through a phase where I was like obsessed with.
Do we have to hear the story of her fake love life again? For fuck's sake. And I'm sorry if my language offends you.
Andy Garcia. And he looked like a young Andy Garcia with like no facial hair. So, but then my grandfather and his wife ended up divorcing, and like I just remember thinking like, oh, does that mean no more baked ziti and meatballs?
Even back then, she was thinking of nothing but food. Everything has to revolve around food with her. Every outing, every stream, there's always food involved somewhere along the line. These women are just...
She made the best baked ziti and Italian meatballs. The best.
I'm sure they were delicious. But the best? Eh. I'm probably going to press X to doubt.
Like, everyone loved them.
Wait a minute. I want to look at that real quick.
Like,
What the living fuck?
no joke.
Kraft Caesar mix. What the fuck? Ah, guess I'm gonna have to do my research.
Like, everyone loved them. They were like this big.
So what that?
And she's the one who got me into. Are you just watching me, Sam? Are you curious? What are these weird? What is this weird human doing? She got me into eating my salad.
I'm gonna look that up. I want to know exactly what that product is.
She used to do that.
Because there was another product she used to drink that actually looked really, really good. It was a spicy. Oh, hell, what was it? It used to come in a can. I couldn't find it anywhere. It would drive me nuts. Kind of like that song that that individual would have in his intro that we don't want to name. That's the same thing. It drives me fucking crazy.
Oh, and her baked ziti. Anyway, of course, we were upset that they divorced for other reasons, but you know. So anyway, they have this like really expensive furniture in their place.
I just got a notification that
I think they live
Tiny
in
Psycho is live.
And
Quite
white,
delayed.
like beautiful white, cream white sofa.
I kind of like seeing that logo pop up on my screen, though. I think that's cool.
I ended up starting my period, and it leaked through on the couch. Oh my.
Okay. And again, I grew up with 4 women in my home, including my mother. Talking about that kind of menstruation and all that doesn't really bother me, but Jesus fucking goddamn Christ. We are eating here, bitch!
Oh my gosh. That was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. He didn't say anything. But, like, anyway. So, it's okay. It's okay. Sam is gonna mukbang with us. Listen.
No, because what you just did is you pet your cat. Okay? Then you're going to take a drink. Then you're going to start eating your food again. You may pick up the pickled asparagus with your bare hand, all without having ever washed your hands.
Anyway.
Just saying. I'm just saying. A lot of pet owners do that. A lot of pet owners don't care. A lot of pet owners allow their pets to kiss them on the mouth. I think it's a little creepy. But hey, you do you.
He was handing us pizzas and we're like, oh, thank you, you know? And then he gave me one dip sauce.
I could really go for a Bloody Mary right now.
Another dip
Yes,
sauce.
I know I'm drinking beer.
So then we went to the garage and there was
I just
dip
love the
sauce.
flavor. Oh my god, the spice and the tomato. Oh, so good. Thank you again, Devin. I appreciate
He
it.
made the weirdest cry ever.
Strangely enough, my children don't follow me. Thank God.
It's like routine. He always sits at BB's feet while he's lacing up his boots and rolls over and wants to be pet. He loves BB. More than me. Who can blame him? When I talk to him, I go, yes, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
BB doesn't do that.
I just can't get over the amount of food on a forkful that she shoves into her mouth. I'm surprised she hasn't keeled over. Choked to death. Died on camera. I don't wish this for her. I'm just saying. Holy shit.
Are you tired? Looking for a container. Like, we have all these, like, either...
Okay, I need to see when this is. 2019. So is this before her move out from BB? Do you know that, Kryptonite?
I hate containers. Like, I need a container organizer because they're just kind of all over the place down there. And it's like...
That's everybody's problem. I think we all have that same issue. Oh God, I'm sure he is. The problem is she can't leave him alone. I mean, okay, I have not really been in the dating scene in 6 years. Even, well, okay, that's not even true. I haven't dated since 25, 28 years ago. I mean, after my first wife and I divorced, that was really, I was single for an interesting, like, so I'm not in that. But damn, if you break up with somebody, leave them the fuck alone. Why do you keep going back, trying to go back to that well? Let them move on. God, Jesus Christ, girl. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not recognizing the house, so I assumed it was BB's place because it looks like where he used to game in the background.
Either you find the container, you can't find the lid, or you find the lid.
And I admit I don't know all the back history of these folks. I really don't. And honestly, I don't really care.
You can't find the container.
I will also note for the record that container right there that food is in. Now I'm going to make a comment, and it's a generic comment, but all right, I eat quite a bit of Stouffer frozen food when I have food in my house. It's just easy for me. It's quick. It's easy. I can do a family size, and I can have 2 meals. And yeah, I could probably make this shit myself, but you don't understand my immediate circumstances. So just suffice it to say, this is an easy way for me to go. May not be the best way. I don't disagree with you. However, that container that lobster mac and cheese is in looks exactly like the container that my stuffed peppers came in 2 nights ago. That, my friend, is a microwavable / oven ready container. This is not a takeout order. This is a frozen fucking food. Guarantee you. And I don't believe she told us this. I really don't think she ever told us where this food came from, but I recognize that container. Yes, I am that anal. I'm sorry. Thank you, Marjorie. Did you really tag me on something again? I don't mind. I just
containers that still have like a container lid, and it's like hang on to them for dear life, you know. All right, one more beauty bite.
we don't need a fucking. We've already seen it. Yeah, that's pre-packaged, frozen. I don't know if it's Stouffer's, but I'm willing to bet it probably is. Because if I'm not mistaken, they do have a lobster crap, whatever. You know what I'm saying. If it's not them, it's somebody like
Ready
them.
or not? It's a new movie. Or do you want to watch it with me? It's kind of horror, though.
I love horror. I absolutely adore horror. And I do enjoy watching movies with people. So, yeah, I tend to reach out a lot because it's no fun watching it by yourself. It really isn't. It's more fun to watch reactions with folks and stuff. That's what I enjoy.
We don't have the same taste in movies. Well, some things.
Understandable. Right? Understandable.
Sometimes. What?
Is this something that's going to bother, is going to haunt me the rest of my night? It's in my DM. Thanks. Christ. We may have to have words. So, okay, I'll tell you. So when you tagged me in that, I really didn't know what to think about the image. And, you know, the first thing that came to my mind, this is really, really weird. I thought, oh boy, maybe this is her really cute way of telling me that she uploaded her video. Right? Because I'm always looking to you to see when you're going to post. That's what I thought. And then it kept popping up in my fucking timeline. It was driving me. Ask Kryptonite, she'll tell you. It was driving me fucking crazy. I love the camera trying to focus on my finger.
Alright, guys. That was very good. So, what can I say? Foodie Beauty's back, and I don't know for how.
Is anybody interested in watching somebody make French onion soup? Which looks totally amazing.
Long, but get on the train and just enjoy the ride. Come ride the train, choo choo ride. You ever hear that song? Come ride the train, choo choo. You ever hear that song?
Reface is my jam. Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there for you. Okay, Reface is cool. I know a lot of people using it. I've seen a lot of GIFs and a lot. It's awesome. It is really kind of cool the way it works. I even played with it. Yeah, I have one that will probably shock you. I could just never get it to work like a few of the people that I follow have. So, okay, yeah, I would. I'm bored. Okay, so if you've got nothing, if you're not doing anything and you want to sit around and watch a video and listen to my bullshit, I will be happy to do that. Because, again, I haven't streamed for 2 days. So, it's my addiction. Yeah. Anyway, back to Reface. it has its place, and I think some of the stuff it can do is pretty amazing. Just, I think some people tend to overuse it. But hey, you know, it's a new thing. Everybody's kind of, you know, it's like everything else, right? It's like TikTok. Everybody, oh, TikTok. I can't stand TikTok. I hate TikTok. You don't have any idea how much I don't like TikTok. But, you know, it's what the kids are doing today, right? So I get it. I get it. Yeah, if you don't mind. I mean, I don't want to keep people from their normal daily activities. Streaming to yourself is kind of boring, so if y'all want to stop, I'll stop. Let's finish this up. Meanwhile, I will look for the link that I sent to myself.
Soupe à l'oignon français chez...
You gotta love these guys. Alright. So, this is a guy that somebody introduced me to.
This is
Very,
an
very
apple.
early. And you're gonna have to put up the ads, I'm
Apple.
sorry. Again, this is an incognito window.
Soupe à l'oignon français.
Okay, and we'll start him over again. Anyway, this is a gentleman that a friend of mine introduced me to a number of months ago. And make sure he's showing. So he is showing. Okay. Excuse me. This guy is not afraid of anything, and he is a bigger chatty Cathy than me. So if you can imagine those two combinations, the food that he makes is phenomenal. Sam is an amazing cook, and his son, who does all the videography, is actually a very talented videographer. The camera quality, and it's amazing. So this is it's a little longer than I wanted, but this is a really good. If you like this content and you love food videos, please subscribe to this guy. Now he doesn't need your subs. That's not why I'm just saying you will thank yourself, because his stuff he makes is amazing. He'll take the most complicated dishes and show you how to make them very easily. And in addition, I'm not going to play it, but I probably will show it at another time. He has a Bloody Mary video that everybody who enjoys Bloody Marys needs to watch. So let's look and check out Sam. I think you guys will enjoy him.
Soupe à l'oignon français chez French onion soup, bitches.
Bitches!
There's a belief in many parts.
Very high quality stuff. He's a good editor. He's got great merch. And he's funny as shit. And he's got a beautiful home. I mean, I love his videos.
Of life. If something works, you don't fix it. That being said, our episode idea generating process is, well, it's not
Processes. Not processes. Processes.
broken, but I don't.
We won't, to Kryptonite's point, we won't yet. But if it continues for very long, you're on your own, kiddo.
think it's
Just kidding.
perfect. What I'm trying to say is it wasn't until about, an hour and a half ago that Max and I decided to do French onion soup. And why did we settle on French onion soup, Max?
Because it's epic?
Yes, it is epic. Anything else?
I don't know. Am I forgetting something?
Because we couldn't come up with anything else for today. Oh, we have plans, but today, I don't know what got in the way, and our heads weren't.
Oh, if you're
right
sharing it
space.
around, now I got to
Doesn't matter.
Wait, no, now I remember.
You will still benefit.
Wait, you rejected every idea I gave
You sent it to
Two
me in
ideas.
DM. I don't have a DM from
Two
you.
ideas I rejected. Wait a second.
So maybe that has something to do with it.
Do I need to bring out my text from, I don't know, one day last
Robin's
week
got a
when I
video
suggested
coming out.
like 6 things. And I
Oh,
didn't even
God, he's
get
back
even
on
a
Amy
little,
again.
Oh,
God bless
nice.
him.
All I
Woo!
got was a brand new idea.
I don't know how you and Kryptonite. I don't know how you
Yeah,
and Robin
know
can
what?
watch her.
Actually,
I really
did
don't.
this last night. The
That's
point
why I look
is,
forward to your
you
screen
still
grabs, because I
win, because
just
this is
can't.
so
I
good.
can't
And
tolerate
if you
her.
haven't made it,
I'm sorry.
you've only had it in a restaurant, and you thought, oh, well, because French is in the word, it comes all fancy looking, I couldn't possibly pull it off. Let me tell you something about French cooking. They're trying to intentionally F with your head. They're trying to keep you from making it.
And besides, they fucking hate Americans.
So you're forced to go to their restaurants because
I
no
don't
matter
see it.
how much you get your head wrapped around something, you think, I couldn't possibly ever make this. It's French. They're special. They're gifted. They have that, how you
I'm
say
hurt.
accent.
You said you sent it to
And,
me. You said you sent it to me, and I don't see it. And you sent it to somebody else, and they do. My feelings are officially hurt. I'm gonna sulk for the rest of the stream.
They're trying to trick you. Let me tell you something. All their stuff ain't that complicated. Oh, yes, there's a few things, but French onion
Very true.
everybody
Ain't one
can
of them.
make. Follow along. and
French
you'll
onion
be
soup is
large
actually
like
really
we will
easy to make.
after this is over. Okay, let's cut some onions. As the name would imply, French onion soup requires onions. And I'm using these.
His
These big
cutlery
guys, this
is
about 3
amazing.
pounds.
I love that
2.5,
knife.
almost 3 pounds. It's fine. And remember, they shrink down to nothing, so you need a lot. Here's what we're gonna do. We need to peel them. So I'm gonna
No,
cut
no, no, no,
this
no,
all the way
no,
through.
no, no. That's not how you.
I don't want this.
The thing is, he's a chef and he knows that's not the recommended way to cut up an onion. To peel it and cut it. No.
Nonsense.
You don't cut it in half until after.
Clean up that end by getting that off. Take off these 1, 2.
Okay. So here's the thing. In your other account. Oh, you're talking about Team Psycho? Or Tiny Psycho? You probably are. Hang on. Oh, you just sent. Okay.
Some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. I wonder.
Okay. I take my strike back from yesterday.
3.
I'm sorry, that one yesterday just kind of weirded me out a little bit. I'm sorry. Anyway, the way I was taught. Okay. So you do exactly what he did. You cut the end off. You don't cut it all the way off. You cut it almost all the way off. And then you roll the onion over and you peel that piece down so you have a nice opening, like a zipper on the onion skin. And you do the same for the other side, and you cut it and leave that for the same area. So when you do it, now you've got the yellow onion and the skin with the strip down, and you can just go bloop, and the whole thing comes out. It's really simple. This, and then you cut it in half, and then you dice it and slice it and all that kind of stuff. That's how I've been taught. And I've cut up a lot of fucking onions in my day because I love onions.
Another layer. 4 layers of skin. Again.
You see, and you just watched him struggle with the root. You know what I mean? So I cut them both off. Leave it whole. It's much easier. Then you cut it in half because now you have a flat surface because you cut the bottom or top off. You lay that on your counter and you go, and it cuts up really easy.
Everything goes away. What you're left with is this. And now, I could take the knife, because I know how to use a knife, and cut like this, because that's basically what we want. Or I could use this mandolin that I was given as a present about 4 years ago, never used, and somehow managed to lose one of the feet. But I think it'll still work. So this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to get rid of this, because that will impede. And then this cut side down.
Impede.
Let's see if we get the pieces like we want.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, it is perfect.
This kind.
Yeah, if you don't have a mandolin, you absolutely need to buy one for yourself. Or even a cheese grater normally has a one side. If you buy like a 4-sided cheese grater, normally one side is a mandolin. A cheap mandolin might not be thin enough for you, but if you don't want to have another item in your home, you know.
You can adjust the thickness just by turning this little guy.
Yeah, see, that's nice. I like that. I like that a lot.
They look pretty good to me, actually. Maybe a tiny bit fatter.
Because they will cook down. They will cook down because they're all water. So to Chantal's point, after we cut these up, we're going to soak them in water because they're all water and they're going to be limp by the time. I'm just kidding.
Perfect. Or as they say in France, parfait.
Parfait.
But I don't want to use my hand because I'm going to cut myself for sure. So I'll use this guy, put it on, stab it, and away I go.
And he is absolutely right. If you're going to make this, or if you're fortunate to have like Facey / Purple Sneakers onion soup recipe, you know, anything like, do yourself a favor. Get yourself a mandolin. You will thank yourself. Trust me.
And then when you get down,
Push the plunger.
that, and I don't need the butt end of it. Be careful. These things are super dangerous. But
no
it's nice,
shit,
right?
Sherlock.
So do this, and just get rid of that, and continue on. Trim the rest of them, slice them up. And by the way, to flatten it out, I'm taking off not this root end. This root end right here will hold the thing together. If I chop here, it's just going to start falling apart. Just this little piece right here.
He's not wrong, but as long as you know what you're dealing with, it's really not hard. I mean, come on, it's just an onion. It's not hard to cut up, dude. It's really not. I've just never been shown the way you're doing it. And I've been doing this, and I'm not a young puppy, trust me. I'm older than you are, motherfucker.
Like that. And continue on. Oh my god.
Is it getting you?
Yeah, it's totally kidding me. I don't cry when I cut onions with a knife, but this thing, there's just juice going all over.
Look at his face.
Ah, shit, last one. Oh,
I'm loving it.
mad. That's right now.
Oh, those onions look
You have
so good.
no idea. Okay, don't buy this. Whatever stupid. Oh my god.
Push it
I'm
down.
crying. I'm gonna smell like onions for a year. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with that and with that. That's in the garbage.
And the thing about his videos, he does is he is a professional, but he does it as if he's like one, you know, you and I, and yeah, his reactions are awesome.
Now, pardon my tears. I get emotional when I think of French onion soup, as delicious as it's going to be. These are going to go in the pan, but not before we put in some butter and some oil. We're going to go with about a 1/4 cup of butter and a couple good tablespoons of olive oil. Yes, this is about richness. ladies and
Evo,
gentlemen.
baby,
So
Evo.
this melts.
Because we like those virgins.
It doesn't have to melt all the way yet. It will definitely melt under the weight of our onions. That
Grammarly.
Sorry about the ads,
catching
folks.
errors. With Grammarly,
I will now put in.
Oh my god, that looks so
I know
good.
what you're thinking. That's a lot of
I
onions.
love raw onions.
And
I'm
it is,
sorry, I
folks.
do.
But remember, we've used onions in a couple episodes recently.
And they will
Deeply
cook down.
caramelize them, and they shrink way down. Oh, look, there's a few little pieces of skin in here. I'm not going to let it wreck my day. I'm really not. So for
It's
right
okay.
now,
It's extra
right this
protein.
minute, our heat's on
Won't hurt.
medium low, and we're just going to be getting these guys all
Slowly
coated with a little bit of
caramelizing them.
butter
Hey, hey.
for now.
Mix them up.
And
Get that
let 'em
oil
soft.
spread in there.
Oh, escaping. Take your time. Time is your friend here. This soup will be 1,000 times better if you take the time to pull out stupid pieces of shit like this that somehow got in. If you take the time to let the onions caramelize slowly.
That is one of the only issues with a mandolin. You don't really see everything you're slicing, especially the version he has. But yeah, they are a great device. If you're going to make this much onion, you got to have a mandolin.
And you're looking at somewhere around
I know you do.
25 minutes.
Have you ever eaten one like an apple?
I will be adding some.
I am that
garlic
fucking sick.
about halfway through.
Or so the
Right,
story
so
goes
about
from my
10,
mother, and
12
my
minutes,
mother would never lie to me.
Approximately halfway through, and you can
She
see
might embellish
how
the
they're
truth a little
softening
bit, but she would never
beautifully.
lie to me.
But also, you can see how they've shrunk down. There's a big mound of them before. Now it's way, way less. So now I'm going to add a little garlic. Make yourself a little hole in the middle.
Okay.
And we'll give it one little splash of oil and 2 big cloves of garlic. Oh my God, that was huge. Now wait, you see this next clove.
I love the camera
look
work.
at the size of this one. It won't even fit. I gotta cut it in half. That's a beast.
And remove the damn skin!
squish.
Wait, you did that too? Is there any wonder why we get along? We're like soul mates or something. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Down. And the other one. So this is more like
We have an awesome moderator, folks. That's all I can say.
3 big cloves of garlic.
Oh my god.
Good.
Oh.
Good little mix. Remember, wait till you start smelling it. Do you smell it yet, Max?
Not quite.
Not quite. Chance? Just starting. There we go. Takes about 45 seconds. But now we mix it in.
Once you start, yep.
With all
See,
our
and that's the
beautiful
thing.
onions.
He does tend to explain things in a fairly easy way to understand it. So I do enjoy his videos. He makes some amazing food. I would love to live in his home.
Onions. Okay, these need about another 10-15 minutes. In the meantime, let's deal with our bread. And here's what we're dealing with. We have a little baguette. It's actually called a bâtard, which in French probably means little baguette. I don't know. And this is a roasted garlic one. Once again, I find myself saying, if I need an ingredient for whatever I'm making, I could buy the plain version, which would have been just plain baguette.
Right,
Or if I
and-
could buy a roasted garlic baguette.
And you
which
wanna-
is an extra layer of flavor.
Correct.
So use the extra layer of flavor. Use ingredients that have more than
And
one
wait till you
flavor
see how he
in them
uses
to your advantage.
the baguette.
Still one ingredient. We all get this?
Yes, Mr. Sam.
Thank you. Okay, so this is fresh. A day or two.
I love his
would
son.
be
His son
better.
is amazing.
I don't have that, so let me show you what I like to do with this. All right, that's my little bâtard, and this is what we're making it in. And so, in a typical French onion soup situation,
That's
the bowl would
too
be
shallow.
smaller, you'd
That-
cut
I'm sorry,
one
that's
slice
too
in
shallow.
here, it would sit on top with all the cheese and everything. But I think I'm going to want 2 in here. If I cut this guy on a diagonal,
not sure I would have done that, but
Like
let's
that.
see where he's going.
I've widened the
Okay,
area.
okay, I get that. I
nicely.
get that. I may have done a deeper cut. You know, a steeper angle.
And they'll fit better. Like that.
Okay.
Beautiful?
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I get it.
that's gonna be magnificent. Okay, just let me make a couple safety ones just in case something happens.
I'd use the ones from
Drop
the
them.
center of the bâtard, but yeah.
These now I'm gonna put on this baking sheet into the oven to dry them out a little bit. 350, maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Just keep your eye on them. You don't want them to burn. You just want them to dry out a bit. All right.
Well, because you're making
30 minutes
croutons.
after we
basically.
started,
That's what he's
this is
doing.
what we've got. Beautiful
They
onions.
look gorgeous.
have
They look
just,
really, really
like
delicious.
giving up all their flavor to the group. We'll call this herd flavorment.
Well, there's got to be something there. Maybe onions is it. I don't know.
Mentality. It's going to be amazing, but we have to do a couple things first. Season with salt and pepper, and you can do, you know, like a decent.
It can't be the sheer fact that you're amazing and that you can be a righteous dick. I mean, I love that, but it's got to be something more than that.
Amount here because we're going to add a lot of broth and it's going to thin out and
A little
you don't
beef, a
want
little
to
chicken
give up
broth.
the flavor.
I like to use both.
Mix that in.
Let's
Right
see
after
how
the
he
salt and
does
pepper,
it.
We're going to add 3 tablespoons of sherry. 1,
Oh yes.
2,
Don't forget.
3. Wow, and this will be good.
Oh yeah, sherry's delicious.
This will be good. So mix this through. Oh, the flavor this will bring. And this is not expensive sherry. Don't go crazy. Rob your grandfather's
looks so
liquor
good.
cabinet to get a $300
This soup's going to be
bottle.
delicious.
I don't even think a $300 bottle exists. But now the smell is starting to really get fantastic. One more thing in before our broth, and that will be some fresh thyme. Love. Love, love, love. We give
I'm
this
up
a
for
mix,
that.
And this will really start to impart the beautiful flavor of it as it simmers away in the broth, which we will now add. So this is a 4-ounce ladle. 2 of these are a cup, and I want to start with, well, I think I'm going to put 5 cups in. And 2 more ladles, and we're at 5. So we want a pretty high
That's Rory at
onion
7.
to broth ratio. See what this looks like. Boys,
I would not have
this looks about perfect to me.
cooked it in that, but
You want,
that's just
you
me.
You want onion in every spoonful. Hey, you want onion in every spoonful, and doesn't it look like that will give us?
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
it look
that,
like
that,
this is
that,
right?
that looks the consistency. The
3 pounds of
consistency looks
onions,
fine.
5
My worry
pounds
would
of
be
beef
once you put the croutons in there, the broth is going to get sucked up, and there's not going to be enough. But
broth.
we'll see.
Fantastic. I got one.
I could do
small
without.
thing
I
to
love
add.
thyme, but I could
Somebody's
probably
gonna
do
laugh
without
at
the
me.
thyme. I don't
Tablespoon
think that's
of
really
soy sauce.
traditional.
2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And what's this gonna do? Chance.
And a mutual friend of ours actually substituted the soy sauce for Worcestershire. So that's kind of where that came from in that recipe I sent you, Kryptonite.
That's exactly right. Well, darker color won't taste like soy sauce. Won't taste like Chinese food. Get that out of your head. We had soy sauce to our carne asada that honestly is some of the best carne asada ever. Ever. In fact, I had the FedEx driver today stop and tell me how great the carne asada was. So you should make it. But the point is there's a little soy in that. So
Okay, I don't mind soy.
absolutely.
It tends to add a little bit more salt than I care for, but
As I was bringing
as long as you
in-
control the portion.
As I was bringing in the garbage cans, he came by. Oh, snap! God. That makes me so mad.
I'm excited.
Damn you. All right, so this we're just gonna let simmer away here for 25
so you
minutes.
see what he's cooking on? That is amazing. That is bloody amazing. I would love that in my home, or even outside of my deck.
We'll bring it to a simmer. Low.
But I don't entertain like I used to. I haven't had people over the house in a long time. So as much as I would like that, yeah, it's okay because my deck really isn't used anymore like it used to be.
Simmer. We're not boiling anything like that. Boys, this is gonna rock. We all just had a spoonful of the soup. Oh my god. Like, no, seriously. Like, oh my god. Simple ingredients. Here's what making this. Simple ingredients, but here's what making them so simple ingredients, but here's what's making them so spectacular. The time. It's an easy recipe. It just takes time it's an easy recipe. It just takes time to develop the flavors. I'm stumbling over my words. I've just repeated 8 or 9 lines like 3 times each. I'm so sorry. It just takes time to.
You may want to turn that down, dude.
We're gonna see a doctor. It just takes time.
That's
to
not
develop
simmering.
Flavor.
That's
When
boiling.
you do that, my friends, you're gonna be so rewarded. Okay, we're right here. We're knocking on the French soup. We're right here. We're knocking on the French onion soup door. We need to grate some
Bonjour.
cheese, Swiss cheese.
Comment
Get it in a bowl and then in the oven, and holy shit. Gruyere. Shredder thing. What kind?
Absolutely, Gruyere would be amazing.
Greater and greater.
Gruyere
Standard.
and grater. And we'll use the
Traditional.
big holes.
That's what she said.
Are you kidding? I have to wait for that?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And we're off.
He and his son are just hilarious.
Swiss, Gruyere, absolutely traditional. See, the
It is.
soup is so rich, so deliciously rich, that if you put like a mild cheese on top,
You're gonna do it
Monterey
disservice.
Jack, Munster, something like that. Oh yes, it would work. It would melt
Yes.
beautifully.
But it's
you
not
need some sharpness to contrast that richness.
correct.
And
Correct. I agree with
That's
you.
why we're using this gorgeous Gruyere right now.
And see, he manages to be able to discuss how one ingredient would impact the flavor of the recipe. It's something that Chantal and Amber they can't describe how anything tastes. It's pathetic, and they consume more food than the goddamn planet.
Does that look good?
It looks
I think that looks
delicious,
like
man.
A beautiful pile. All right, so.
Shaky cheese,
Let's make this
motherfucker.
happen. Oh, Deborah, could I have a pair of tongs? Like the silicone tipped ones would be great.
Watch live and local news on a variety of networks with YouTube TV. Try it free for 2 weeks.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm sorry for the ads. This is what I get for using incognito.
Look how tremendous. I can turn the heat off now. Look at what we're dealing with here.
My God, that looks so fucking good.
The smell. And see how dense it is? You want all this onion. Don't cheap out. So now up and
Oh, that looks so delicious.
up and in.
I see Robin dropped a video.
Goodness
Have to
gracious.
watch it after this.
One more.
Reacting to
Lots
Jen.
of onion in this. Now some broth. Bread time.
Still looks.
Then cheese time.
I still
Bread,
think it needs more
cheese,
broth because of
oven,
the. You're gonna
out,
add
eat.
2 huge chunks of bread.
So our bread now out of the oven and decidedly dried a lot more. It's not fresh. We'll lay these 2 kids right on top. Et voila. Look at this. Now it's a simple matter of cheesing the top. And yes, we don't want to be cheap here, folks.
No, not at all.
This looks fantastic.
That's the
I
best
smell
part. That's the best part of the French onion soup.
Gruyere already.
Is
Oh
that
my God.
when you
Okay,
stick it on the
this was
broiler
on
to
baking
get
sheet.
that cheese all melty and oh my
This
god.
now to the oven.
Yes.
And et voila.
Woo!
What?
That looks amazing.
Hang on there, son. Let me take this off.
Wow, that looks
For
amazing.
you. Dang it. It's gorgeous. And it's nice to top something, if you're going to, with something that's in it. And so just a couple little thyme
Cool.
leaves.
Yeah, I know, I get that. My god, that looks so
It's really
amazing.
something else, boy. The smell that's coming up right here. While this was cooking, I made minis for the boys. Boys?
So did you see that little roasting thing he had? Yeah, let me go back to it.
While this was cooking, I made minis for
Now, okay, you see this device here? So I told you last night. Let's react. You want to react to Robin? Oh, I guess we could. Let me finish the story real quick, and we can do that. I don't mind. I like Robin, so it's not going to be a nasty reaction. I usually don't react to friends because I like my friends. But yeah, we can do that. That's a thank you, Marjorie. That's a great suggestion. As long as the moderator and you are okay with it, and anybody else in chat, I'm fine. But what I wanted to say is last night I did sous vide. I made a couple steaks, and I don't know if you know a lot about sous vide, but when the meat comes out, it's brown. It looks gray. It's not seared, right? It's just heated water bath, heating it up. So there are these little devices you can buy, and I actually have one of these. It's like a mini flamethrower. it's there to sear your food. You can use it indoors. It's actually really cool.
boys?
See that? It's cool.
Unreal. Look, it's such a simple thing. It's such an old school
Yes,
thing.
they let me play with fire
Absolutely deserves to come back.
and burn
Really
things.
does. Well,
All right, so while you're watching that, let me pull up that video real
cheesy,
quick. If you want to
melty.
watch it, we can
Look under
watch
here.
it.
What do you got? You got all that beautiful.
Oh my God, that looks so
sitting
good.
there waiting,
Oh,
escaping.
damn,
Oh my
dude.
Gosh.
Uh,
What if you pull this kid up? Look at this cheese pull. What's this?
live now. We're looking for Robin. See, I'm not Robin
Isn't
over
that
here.
gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous?
Not bad.
Isn't that hush? Okay, but here, you do this. You come in, come down here. You can't escape the cheese. If you were trying to, you can't. So let's try it by itself first. Just broth and onion. Oh. You know, sometimes we end
Just
in
give me just a minute, folks.
finishes, the cameras go down, and I look at the boys and I go, I don't know how to make sure that people make this stuff. I want to make sure people don't think I'm going, ooh, it's delicious, just to try and say that, because it doesn't benefit me to do that. If it sucks and you make it and you find out that it sucks, you're not going to watch us. So when I tell you how good it is, I'm telling you that because it's true. And I know maybe French onion soup isn't in
All right,
everybody's
guys,
wheelhouse,
thank you very
but
much.
damn it, it should be. These kids loved it. That one's 23. He's 20. Chance's 24. What'd you say about it?
It was unreal.
There you go. It's not gonna lie. You know what? It's not gonna lie. So now, F cutting this. Here's what I want.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it's hot, you dumbass! This is one of the things I love about Sam.
That was terrible.
This is one of the things I love about Sam. He is just so spot on.
Oh my god. You see, and that's why you want dried bread. Not old 500 days, but you want it to be mostly dry because it needs structure. If it doesn't have structure by the time he gets cheese on top of it and sits in the broth,
It'll just be mush. Well,
oh my god, it is
and that's the point. You're trying to make croutons. So, that's exactly what he's trying to do.
so good.
I got it pulled up,
This is the
Marjorie.
best thing
Thank you.
ever.
As long as the moderator's okay with
That's
it,
what
I'm
you
good.
want. Yeah, hey, look, it's
Anybody need a break?
cold here in San Diego. It's like 64 or something.
If you need a break, let me know.
It's like Buffalo and I don't know. There's places that are cold.
I wouldn't mind a potty break. But then again, I'm drinking. Y'all are not, so that's not fair.
Just put your hand up and go, Sam, I promise you I will make this. It's cheap.
I will. Now I have two recipes that I want to put side by side.
Send us your pictures. God, he loves you.
So there you go. That's Sam, the cooking man. His videos are awesome. So if you like what you saw, check him out. And if you really like his content, feel free to subscribe. I think he has a really good channel. He's really good content, really good quality, good editing. His son's really into it. It's fun to watch that interaction. So, and I love cooking, and I love watching cooking channels. So, you need to pee? All right, go ahead and do that. I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't have said that out loud. Go ahead and do that. I'll set up what we're going to do next. And let's see. I'm going to minimize that. Let's go. This one is not incognito. We should be all right. Make sure it doesn't
Well
start.
done, guys.
All right. All right. I'll wait till Kryptonite gets back, because I actually need to walk away for just a minute, but I don't want to do that when she's gone, because I'll start the stream and you guys can watch it while I do what I got to do. I won't be gone very long, just a couple of minutes. So anyway, yeah, Sam's got a really good channel. There are a few other cooking channels that I do watch. There's one guy in particular that I enjoy that really, he takes YouTuber suggested recipes from people that they cook on their channel, and he replicates it. Sort of kind of like Zachary Michaels was doing with the Chantal's recipes, or whoever, the cooking recipes. So his stuff's pretty good. I'm trying to remember his channel name, because I really enjoyed it. I could probably find it real quick. Let's see. You can get a sneak peek of who I follow. Nothing really magical here. My God, I actually followed Jen. That's bloody scary. What was his name? He hasn't posted in a while. That's a shame. Well, I'll find it and I'll post it in a description one of these days. There are a few people that I follow, I'd like to introduce people to. So tomorrow's stream, just so you know, we're looking at somebody that I used to follow. I still follow, actually. I shouldn't say. I don't know why I said it that way. A friend of mine and I used to watch his videos every day. I mean, every day. Yeah, I actually do follow Peanut. You know why? Because one, I want to know what she's saying. Usually I don't watch her stuff, but occasionally I do. Yeah, I watch people I don't like. Yes, believe it or not, I'm subscribed to people I don't like. That is a foreign concept to a lot of people, and I don't know why. Because maybe there's a reason why I don't like this person, but I want to see what they do over a period of time for whatever reason. Okay, that's a little weird, but it happens. But yeah, I definitely follow people and subscribe to people that I don't. Welcome back, Kryptonite. Thank you. Whoops. Let's see. I try to type and I'm not even in the window. So tomorrow we're going to react to somebody that I used to watch every morning with a really good friend of mine. And we have gotten out of sorts of watching it for a multitude of reasons. And we want to kind of introduce folks to this individual, and this also gives us a chance to watch it together. So I'm looking forward to that. Feel free to stop by. The guy is hilarious. He does, in some respects, remind me of Robin a little bit. So what I love about Robin the most, his laughter, his incessant and addictive laughter. I love to. Well, it'll be online. I'm sorry. You can watch it after the live. I'm sorry, but I think you'll enjoy it. The guy is really funny. And again, I don't push anybody to sub. It's just here's somebody I like that maybe I think you might like. So just give it a watch. Meanwhile, let's see what Robin has to say. I love this guy. I love watching him first thing in the morning because he just sets my mood for the day. Because when he goes off on a laughter tirade, it is amazing to watch, and it really makes me feel good. And I'm sorry that may sound strange to you. But
Thank you very much for clicking this video today. Just before we get into this react, we have hit 4K.
And I love his damn curls, and he hit 4K. Way to go, Robin! Nice.
Thousands subscribers on this channel, which, oh guys, thank you.
Good for you, Robin. You deserve it.
I mean it very sincerely. You know,
I mean, not only does he do these reacts, I'm sure y'all watch him. He does the Dumb Wars, probably one of my favorite series, and he started a new series where he's kind of like the explorer. So he's really going back to being an explorer. It's going to be fun.
it's been a fun ride. We've lost.
And I love the fact that he's drinking.
You know, on the way regretfully, but you know what, we have to look forward and look to the future. But guys, thank you very much. So I am enjoying a little bit of brandy.
Okay, dude.
Life by Jen. I feel I'm going to need alcohol as a description. Anyway, guys,
I get that completely.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, her intro. Now, I have to ask, and maybe nobody else has is this the same music that Just Saying has in the background? I love her intro. I absolutely, with the dove flying. But the song, I love the song. I don't know if this is the same. It probably isn't. I could just be losing my mind, which is not a surprise.
Oh no! Oh Lord!
This poor guy. I don't know how he does it, but he does the Lord's work and watches, other than for Kryptonite, watches Jen so the rest of us don't have to. We have some people in our presence that really like to watch her content and screen grab. So, okay, that's cool. That way I don't have to see it. I look at screen grabs, I watch Robin react. That shows me entire video and all I need to know.
Oh, I forgot that she had this terrible intro.
She's got two versions, Robin. She has a short and a long, and both of them suck. I know that feeling way too much.
Oh.
Yeah, we stand for Robin here. If you're not subscribed, what the fuck is wrong with you people? This guy is genuinely hilarious. He's authentic and funny, and he does a really good job and works hard. So throw him a sub if you haven't. He needs some goddamn merch so I can have a fucking shirt. Or a coffee mug. Or a pint glass.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel.
Hi there, Jen. Oh my word. She is kind of looking like a ginormous tomato.
She is.
Like, I don't want to be too rude, but, well, I mean, it's never stopped me in the past, but...
Okay. Now's my turn.
See, we've got the return of the blue chair.
I'm going to step away for about 2 minutes. I'm going to use the little girl's room. But this time, I'm actually going to turn my ring off. So you can enjoy Robin's content. And I'll react to it when I get back. I'll be right back.
So this week on the meal prep, we're going to do it budget friendly, under $20. We're going to do a total of 10 meals for 2 people, so that's 5 meals each. And it's going to be, like I said, under $20.
Jen, meal prepping is, in general, not a bad suggestion, but the problem is, Jen, is you need to exercise some degree of self-control. I have a sneaking suspicion, Jen, that you're going to eat most of the meals that you've prepped. I don't know why I get that impression. I don't know about you guys. But anyway.
And on the menu for this week, we're going to do baked chicken breasts, and I got chicken tenderloins, actually, because they were on sale. We're going to do fresh broccoli roasted, as well as cauliflower fried rice with mixed vegetables and edamame. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you what all I got at the grocery store.
Wow.
And then I'm going to show you how I make it. Luna's playing in the background over there. And I will show you...
The cats are as interested as I am.
Alright, let me show you what I got for my meal prep. First, we have chicken breast tenderloins. And this is Heritage Farm. All this stuff came from Kroger. And
so you got the things that you literally just said you were going to get. Good to know.
These were on sale. I'm going to pop the prices over here so you can see how much I spent on each item, how I kept it under $20. So I got these chicken breast tenderloins. I think there's probably about 10 or so in the package. Alright, next we have fresh broccoli crowns. These were on sale this week at Kroger as well. A bag of the steamed fresh edamame. 2 bags of the bird's eye steamed. I think these are steamed fresh bags.
Are they or not?
Yes, they are.
Good to know.
Bags, the cauliflower rice, and last but not least, a bag of the Kroger mixed vegetables. This has carrots.
Well, a few things kind of strike my mind. First of all, this isn't much use if you're outside the US. Like, Kroger doesn't exist here, you know, so this is kind of useless. But anyway, and also it's like, okay, I don't know.
Corn, green beans, and green peas. And also I got, which I'm not including in the budget because this is stuff that you'll probably have in your pantry, except I didn't have it in my pantry.
Turn the ring back, turn the camera back on if I can find my mouse.
Still, I think, even if I did include this, it's still going to be $20.
There we are. Sorry about that. Thank you.
It's still in your budget, like, why not include it?
And another...
Because it would take you over $20. Just say, you know, we're going to do meal prep for $20.
And another thing, I love his accent. I just love his accent.
$2 or something, just change the budget.
Again, if you are not subbed to Robin, what the F are you thinking?
Budget amount to reflect what you're buying. You know. Also, I love the idea that we're going to take life advice from someone that's eaten themselves to the point where they're in a wheelchair.
Yep. No, you're right.
Yeah.
As well as the bottle of sriracha chili sauce.
Oh, the old sriracha.
So there you go.
Sriracha chili sauce.
For our meal prep.
That's kind of counterintuitive since... Never mind.
Brown, and let's start prepping.
Yay.
Yay. His enthusiasm splits me all the time.
The cat's the most interesting thing about this.
Alright, we're going to show you how to cook up the chicken tenderloins. It's not really hard, folks.
But really, like elevator, well, lift, background music.
Oh, she uses the free stuff. That's okay. Don't pick on her. There's far more stuff to pick on than the music that she uses, the royalty-free music. I get it. She's not the only one. There are some really, really bad channels out there with free royalty music. Yeah, hers is Yeah, it's okay. Just don't. There are other things to pick on.
Mostly because I don't want to get a content ID strike from it. Well,
10 out of 10 recommend!
But if she's paid for the music, it would be...
You can tell it's been a rough week already. I'm already screaming and it's only Wednesday. And I started screaming last night. Somebody was sleeping and couldn't hear me. Which is good. Which is
I'm
good.
gonna add this to it. This isn't probably made for chicken, but we enjoy this one.
But use it anyway.
Hold that. Excuse me.
Salted liver.
Fell on the floor. It's kind of weird. Alrighty. Big wheelie. Oh, I need to do a meme. Oh, that is memeable, young lady.
We're using the exact same thing to the other side.
I like that.
Salt and pepper.
I wish my artistic skills were a little bit
I'm
better.
gonna put this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20
Maggie,
minutes.
I need your Photoshop skills.
Our oven
Damn it!
will be baking, so we're just gonna watch it until it gets done.
That's a bad pour, by the way, just so you know.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't mind a little head, but that's
Also,
fucking ridiculous.
This
So
essentially means...
fire the guy that poured this
like,
beer, would you?
If you, Jen, don't stick to this, which on past experience you won't, then this means nothing. It's like, yeah, one video does not equate, you know, a series of decent, you know, lifestyle, you know, or a series of, you know, eating in a more healthy way.
I love broccoli.
You know, because
I
you're
love
making
cauliflower.
You're making these all these low carb
I love
like,
Brussels sprouts. I know a lot of people don't like Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts.
I don't know what give you that.
And I love roasted Brussels sprouts. Oh my God, with a little bit of balsamic. Oh, it could be so good.
Wow.
Okay.
If you didn't know how to cook broccoli, then there you go.
Salt and pepper. Then we're gonna do
Well,
paprika.
okay, look, I understand the entire purpose of this video is she's showing her meal prep. And I've watched several meal prep videos that they are very boring. They really are very boring. But you have to put a lot of forethought and planning into them. All right, so you know, you say, okay, there are 2 people in my home. I want to cook 2 meals a day for 2 people. I need X, Y, Z in order to make that happen, and then I have to cut it in. It's a bitch. The folks that do it, and I know folks that are religious about it. I think practice makes perfect is the only thing I can think of. But this seems rather painful.
The recipe that I am following,
Wow.
she
Wow.
used over on hers. So we're just going to go ahead and give it a try.
Well, it's time for something new.
And this is also going to go in a 400-degree oven, and you're just going to roast it until it's done enough for you. We're going to start out with 20 minutes, but we'll keep checking it after the 20 minutes to make sure that it...
You're roasting it. Why? And excuse me, you're roasting it without any like oil or anything? You put like dry spice and then you're gonna roast.
Is that enough for our liking? Alright, next we're gonna work on our...
And I'm sorry, I'm not going to react to Robin's reaction style. I love Robin's reaction style. So there's very few things I can criticize, and I wouldn't dare. Because I love his reaction style. I really do. And mine is no worse or no better. So
Fried rice. We're going to go ahead and put these in the microwave and steam them as per directions.
Okay,
Rice,
so
cauliflower.
sometimes I buy like those kind of microwave rice if you want something quick. But
No. I don't think you're understanding what that product is. That is actually cauliflower. No, you wouldn't buy this. I don't believe you would buy this, Robin.
if you need like bagged beans, do they not come like fresh or something? Are those fresh like running beans or something? I don't know. It's difficult to know. I guess with these kind of being brands outside the UK, it's
She bought out of mommy.
kind of difficult to know.
About 5 minutes. So those will go in the microwave, each bag 5 minutes. And then our edamame will also go in the microwave and steam.
Well, Marjorie, it's also somewhat therapeutic. It really is. I mean, when you think about the entire process of what you're going to go through to get to the final stage, it is somewhat therapeutic. It's to help you calm. yourself and kind of center and focus on a project and complete it successfully. I don't know if those are some of the things you struggle with, but meal prep can be really calming and really centering. It depends on what you are actually dealing with.
Aim for about 5
And I'm not sure that even makes any sense. So I hope it does.
minutes as well, and then we'll be back and show you what we do after that.
I actually used to buy quite a lot of frozen vegetables, mainly for the birds, but obviously we would eat them as well. But yeah, I mean the birds didn't need fresh cauliflower and fresh broccoli from the market. They could do with frozen. They were fine. But for the adults, the humans in the family, we would always try to have some fresh vegetables. At a minimum, canned.
Cats.
To Robin's point, the choice of tunes could be much better. There's nothing wrong with using royalty music. I probably should learn that lesson since I've gotten a copyright strike. But yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, it's like a vegetable assortment.
All right. So what exactly? What about meal prep is causing you some consternation? Maybe we can dissect it and figure out. You may already know what the issue is. I'm just sticking my foot where my mouth is.
You
Sorry.
cook these up yourself? Is that difficult to do?
But if you don't mind talking about it, I don't mind talking about it. Hang on a second. Co-worker. She wouldn't normally email me unless she needed it.
Why? Okay, so soy and sesame oil together. Okay, I understand that. Why in the name
And I
of
have,
Christ
and I have both of those products and a lot more in my pantry. Oh yeah, I use that stuff all the time.
mix that with sriracha? Like you can get Chinese food that's hot, but I don't know the chili flavor that you get in Chinese food is a bit different to sriracha. Or at least in my experience, it is. Why mix the two? I don't know. Oh, just ruined that.
So we have our meal prep done for the...
Oh no! Oh my God! What have you done? Everything looks brown. Has she like spilled her colostomy bag over this or something?
As much as I want to pull the gun out that's next to me and hold it to my head, I don't want to freak y'all out.
Okay, sure. Like the chicken's brown.
Suffice it to say, there is some fuckery going on at work! And I want nothing to do with it right now because you know what? It's 5:30 and y'all can fucking kiss my ass. I'm off the clock.
Broccoli looks like it's died. It's burnt.
I worked till fucking 11:30 goddamn night all night last night. You can kiss my fucking ass.
To death. What the hell happened there? Everything's brown and beige.
Yes, and that is very off-putting. I will agree with you 100%. It is. A lot of people like colors that pop in their food. You know what I mean? So even the green vegetables that are there aren't even popping. They look so limp and so sorry that they've been stuck with this soy shit. They look sad. They just look really sad.
Oh my word. It's one thing that if brown and beige it's not terrible.
Now, I can't tell you, Marjorie, that I understand what that's like. I can't. I don't. I binge food, but for a totally different reason, and it's not really, in my opinion, a disorder. But I understand a lot of people suffer with that, and I'm sorry for that. And there's a lot of things about that I don't understand. I will say, however, there are ways to, if you meal prep, there are ways to stop you from eating the 8 meals that you just prepared. So what they did, and I don't know if we've gotten to this yet, but they split it, and I think they froze half, and they had half in the refrigerator, so they could pull out. So that's cutting it back just a little bit. No, a lot of what you're saying, I have an understanding of where you're coming from. Again, I have eating issues for other reasons. They're not necessarily mental disorders. Yeah, I suppose they could be, but they're not. They're not classified in that way. And I would. It's me. It's me. But yeah, I see what you're saying. It would be too tempting to. These meals are all prepared. So what you probably need to do is find a way to maybe have only, say you make 8, right? You make enough for a week. And what you should do, at least my thought, would be keep 2 out, unfrozen, fresh in the refrigerator. So you can have 1 now and 1 tomorrow is the thought. And the rest of them put in the freezer. So that way, it's going to be a little bit of work for you to take that out, thaw it, heat it up, and enjoy it. So make it a little bit more work for yourself. I don't know if that's sane advice. I hope it is. That's kind of the stuff I do to myself. If I know I have a weakness for something, I try to make it difficult for myself to get to that point where I can satisfy it. I'm not sure that makes any sense. And again, we all suffer things in our own different ways. And my advice may work for one, may not work for another. That's why I try not to really give that kind of advice, because I don't understand what you're dealing with. So my advice is, and I apologize. But I think thinking about ways to make it difficult or harder for you to enjoy that ready meal, if you want to call it that, like freezing it, for example. Because that's a lot of work. Yeah, I can understand that. I've had a few periods of emotional. Oh, we could do a stream on that entirely. And you know what? Maybe. And I have a lot of friends that are advocates and are allies for mental health issues. It's interesting how many really don't really get to and talk about those issues. Let's get back to Robin. At least something a little more upbeat. And we can talk about this. I have no problem with that at all. I am not an expert. I am somebody as a child that my parents took to see a psychiatrist because they thought I was fucked up in the head. So yeah, I'm not really the person that should be giving you advice. I can only give you ideas of maybe things to kind of try. And they probably won't work for you. I don't know. I would just find a way to make it difficult. Meal prep is a good thing. First of all, it sets your week up. So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to be busy every day cooking your meal. It's actually a really good idea. I know people that do it and love it. I have a problem with it, but that's me. It's a personal thing. But yeah, make it a little more difficult. Yeah, I have 2 out and I've already eaten 2. That third one's looking awfully good, but damn, it's frozen. I need to thaw it. I need to heat it. I need to whatever. So I'll shut up now.
Oh.
Sorry, Robin. I apologize.
We have our cauliflower fried rice. Our broccoli got a little bit too roasted.
And the thing's, it looks like crap. It looks like it's burnt.
You didn't check on it?
No kidding.
Still, we're gonna eat it.
Well, the thing about giving advice, especially people that you're friendly with, if your advice is bad, it's like Ira and Alex. I mean, I'm a really good friend of, at least I consider myself a good friend of Ira. I won't ever give him medical advice or advice on how to deal with the things he's going through. I won't. For one thing, I know what he's going through. I had a friend that went through it. I lost that friend. And it's just not my place. I'm not an expert in that field. I don't suffer from it. And it just, I can give him ideas, but that's not helpful. That's not what he needs to hear right now. Right? So I think you understand that.
Why? It looks like burnt. It looks like charcoal or something. Oh boy.
I certainly don't envy that position, Marjorie. That would be extremely difficult. And in fact, most medical type practitioners, doctors, whatever, they won't discuss medical things with their family because they can't. They really can't. That's an ethical violation. It really is. So that's difficult. That's a hard thing to deal with.
Boy, truly, this is the feast of kings we've got here. My word.
You also forgot about it for almost 10 minutes.
There ain't a king on this rock that's gonna eat that shit.
We have our chicken.
Except maybe Gene.
Delicious.
If you say
So
so.
we're gonna plate up our dinner plates for tonight. We'll show you what they look like, and then we'll be back and show you.
No, I get that. I absolutely.
Alright, so here's what
Marjorie, why do you think I'm streaming?
our chicken, cauliflower fried rice.
Wow, it's all the same color.
For one thing, I'm here in my home alone, other than Mr. Phoenix. I'm sort of bored. I like to talk. I like to chat with friends. I like to watch videos. Streaming's fun. I find it enjoyable. And I try to watch what I say. So, sorry if I've given any poor advice.
Like, one of the good things about like vegetables and fruit is like it's different colors.
Exactly.
It's appeasing to the eye.
Thank you.
Know what I mean?
Exactly.
People deserve like
Appeasing
the first.
appeasing to the eye makes the mouth and the tongue water like crazy. Oh yeah, baby.
First bite was with the eye. I was just like, oh, whatever color you've been able to find, you've been able to slowly destroy. Fantastic.
Yep. No, you're right.
Oh God. Oh no. Why do this to yourself? Why? Yeah.
Two of our meals.
The chicken.
This will be our prep.
The chicken is honestly the only okay looking thing on a plate. Okay? The broccoli is absolutely burnt. At least it looks it through this picture. I will say the dining ware, the plates, pretty. I actually kind of like that pattern. It's very pretty. But the mess on the right hand side of that screen, sorry, the picture, to me it looks like, I don't know if you've ever eaten corned beef hash. That's what it looks like. It's tasty. Now, I haven't had corned beef hash since I was fairly young. It was always tasty. But it looked like shit. It looked brown and like scrapple. I mean, okay, none of you probably know what scrapple is. Look it up. Do yourself a favor. Pennsylvania scrapple, a staple of where I came from. Most disgusting crap most people are ever going to want to try. But it's gross. It's just so brown and it's got no color at all. It doesn't pop. But it is tasty.
And it's no wonder that, if you cook things that aren't very nice, then yeah, you won't eat it. And you imagine for someone like yourself, you imagine it probably would be quite tempting to be like, well, what I've cooked is...
Yeah, Gene is, from what I understand, I have no personal receipts for this, but based on others' opinions and observations, I think Gene, like some others that I can probably think of, has a drinking problem. And I can tell you, when it comes to food, that really doesn't help you. It really doesn't. That, in part, is part of my problem. So I try to force myself to try to eat before I start to drink, because once I start filling myself up with beer, obviously, you don't feel hungry, even though you are hungry, because there is no nutritional value in this beverage other than the goddamn alcohol it contains. So there is no nutritional value. Well, okay, maybe the yeast, but that's a different story.
An abomination to the Lord, So I'll get a pizza instead.
Yeah. At least you get the red from the sauce and yeah. I get you.
Yay.
His drink is running empty. Not quite how I've done meal prep, but yeah, that's okay. I mean, I found it hilarious how Gene was having trouble with the snaps. And he blamed the fact that, oh, well, these are new. We've never used them before, so it's got that new feel. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow. Because basically she can't. She's gotten to the point where she can't put on box lids. Yikes.
No, dude, it's really not. And I'm not trying to argue with you, because you know, again, I like you and I like your reaction style and I like pretty much everything that you have. That's not the point here. The point here is, I actually know that for a fact. These lids on, and I'm a geocacher and I've used these things out in the woods for over 15 years. And they last forever. But those handles, when you first buy, and you're not buying the expensive ones because what the hell, you're putting these out for people to find, right? So you buy the cheaper ones, and the cheaper ones, yeah, those handles are kind of crispy. You know what I mean? They're not worked in. They're not easy to manipulate and move. You saw he had to use 2 hands to do it. Gene had to use 2 hands. Not Jen. Gene. So
That's scary.
Amazon, Amazon Basic lids.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They are extremely tough to get snapped. I would not recommend buying these.
see, I was using 2 hands, one on each side.
He seems to be doing it just fine. Yeah.
No, he is actually putting in a little bit of effort. If you really observe the video, there is a little bit of effort, and I've experienced that. But who cares? To your point, Robin, Jen can't do this on her own. Gene can, but Gene's not in a wheelchair and is probably thoroughly drunk. So yeah, this is probably more of a game for him.
Hey, he's not. Gene has a bit more energy than you do, Jen.
Exactly to my point. But even he is struggling, so come on, let's be real. Now he stacks them, and then she unstacks the way she wants them. It's hilarious. They do this all the time. I wanted all 4 like that so I could see it. You stacked them all up. I have to give him just a modicum of credit. Just a skosh. And if you don't speak Yiddish or you're not Jewish, you may not know what that means. That means I'm going to give him a goddamn a skid mark on my underwear is worth of a chance that, yeah, he's probably not drunk. But those containers are in their original brand new form, especially the cheaper ones, can be difficult to manipulate. I'm sorry, that is true. If you buy these things at dollar store, is that what it's called? The dollar store. And I bought these there, not these exact same ones, but I bought these kinds of containers. They're a bitch. And what ends up happening, especially in cold weather, those will snap off and break. Because that plastic is so rigid that it doesn't give like a good polyurethane or polypropylene would give. It's very, very rigid, like an acrylic. So when it gets cold, it gets brittle, and when you snap it, it breaks.
Double up on the chicken and the.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not drunk. I'm not saying that. He very well could be. He could be drunk 24/7 for all I know. I don't know.
Those were really good.
Yeah. We overdid broccoli.
Oh, gee, you try.
But you notice he isn't physically on camera, other than his arms and things. So yeah, you're probably right. If he was on camera, we would have a better understanding of his sobriety.
You try to support her, don't you?
100%. I give it 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Would you? Well, I'm not coming around to your restaurant.
And I threw my phone over there because what I saw pissed me off, and I really don't want to deal with it right now. Because I'm looking at the clock. I'm sorry, it was 4:30 when I said it was 5:30. My bad. But even still.
Alright, so
I've been up and working since 8 o'clock this morning. What the fuck?
God, it looks even worse. How? How did you make this look even worse?
The worst part is she puts the
Like,
burnt
time has
fucking
not been good to this.
broccoli in, and it
There's like
looks
a bunch of
gross.
lumpy brown things in the box.
Right here, this just looks
And
disgusting.
she is eyeing it up like so menacingly as well. That's kind of worrying. It's like, really, you're eyeing this up?
And I can understand from her perspective why she would be eyeing it up. But I don't think most people would be doing that. Now she obviously has an eating disorder. We know that. I don't know. Maybe they do what my mother did back when I was a kid and put a lock on the goddamn refrigerator / freezer, so that we can't get into it to eat whatever's inside of it. And there would be cakes, cookies, things for her bridge club and all kinds of stuff. Also shark meat and all kinds of weird shit that my dad would order.
Heat it up wonderfully. The broccoli,
If you say so.
not so much because we burned it, that was our fault. But the chicken is still nice and moist.
But you do that all the time. You have a
Me too.
bad
See,
tendency
I'm
of
trying-
burning things.
Oh God, we're doing this now, are we? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Cauliflower fried rice tastes just like fried rice that you would get at a Chinese steakhouse place. Delicious. We will definitely be making this again.
You don't look too
So as
impressed.
I said, we had enough for 2 more days of meals. We're going to have this for lunch today, and then we'll have it another time this week. And there is our meal prep for this week. And come back again. Maybe week after.
It's actually a good practice if you could really, but it takes dedication, and it takes dedication. It really takes dedication. You have to get into a routine. You really do. Meal prep is a bitch. So if you have a routine that you fulfill every single time you do it, it's not as bad. I haven't done meal prep in 6 years, maybe longer. I was doing it back then. There were 2 of us. This way, if I was not at home, Maggie could grab something, could grab a meal and heat it up for herself and eat and enjoy, instead of waiting for me to come home and whatever. So there was a convenience to it. It takes a little practice, and you have to be really religious about it. You really, really do.
After next, or another meal prep. I'll be
Yay.
fabulous.
Is enthusiasm. Yay.
Bye-bye. You're welcome, General. Somehow I'm not so sure she's that thrilled that I watch her stuff. But anyway. Someone has to, though. Someone has to. It's a duty. A duty which I take on.
And we, as your fellow viewers, fans, patron, whatever, we appreciate you taking one on for the team.
Well, anyway, let's finish this off.
So this is funny. I think I don't believe he has replaced his headphones. He really needs to, because both ends are duct taped. The poor guy. So when he takes it off, I'm like, oh God, don't pull your hair, don't pull your hair, don't pull your hair, don't pull your hair. I'm always freaking out. Man, maybe we should take up a cause and buy him a new pair of headphones.
This headset is on a battery these days. Oh boy.
See what I mean?
So, Jen's back to a normal thing. It seems to be like a trend. I don't know. Maybe because it's kind of we're in a new year and they all seem to be, well, not all of them, I guess, but her and Amber seem to be in the new diet, that phase, of their cycle.
Diet's gone, dude. Diet's gone.
This is what Jen will be doing. And it's like, well, Jen, if you actually are eating that kind of stuff on a healthy basis, then that weight will just go off you like no one's business. It really will. And the fact that it probably won't do is a good indication as to how well it's going.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
agree.
But you know what? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me in this video. And thank you very much for putting up with me for what, just over will be a year in a couple of months. Around May it will be. Which I'm surprised that I have to say. But
One of the things I like about him is his humility. He's a, I'm going to use a term, I'm sorry it may offend people, he's a good kid. He really is. He makes good content. He's a nice guy. Everything I've seen, he's great. So if you don't subscribe, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get your ass over there, throw him a sub. And if you don't want to throw him a sub, at least watch some of his content so you can see what he's about. He's got some really divergent content. I think you might enjoy it. So,
anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video today. I really do appreciate it. I know I said that 1,000 times, but I say it a lot because it's true. Anyway, guys, you have a great day with Beyond the World. I will see you later. So, have a good day. Bye-bye.
I don't want to pause it with his hand over his face. That doesn't sound very nice. Anyway, that was a good suggestion. Thank you, Marjorie. That was fun to watch. I'm glad we watched that together. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I really appreciate it. Those who have stuck through this late, thank you once again. Tomorrow, we're going to look at a gentleman named Vince Manzani. He's another very young YouTuber. Has about, I think he's up to 30,000 subs, I think, already. He does remind me a little bit of Robin. Similar sort of styles, similar sort of guys. I'll leave that up to you, but stop on in tomorrow. Let's check him out. I think you'll enjoy him. If you don't, hey, it's okay. You don't have to watch. And on Friday, they seem not to be very popular, but I want to do another FID stream. So Friday is going to be, we're going to take another look at a FID React. Kryptonite sent us a video to watch, and there's a few others that we haven't watched, so we'll look at that on Friday. It might be a fairly short stream Friday. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming. Thank you very much for stopping in. Have a great rest of your night. Peace out, and everybody have a great night.